We are live here for another Eagles breakdown. We are live. Made another dramatic move today and brought in a star player that's going to help this offense thrive. We had Darius Goedert take a pay cut to stay with the Birds, the loyalty there. And Big Play Slay says he's retiring. But the only team that could have brought him out of retirement was the Eagles. We're going to talk about that and much more. Let's go. But first, let's hear some about what the Eagles been up to these last couple of days.
Eagles have gotten some steals in free agency. It started with Riq Woolen, who signed a one-year deal that technically totals $12 million, but thanks to Howie's void year magic, he only carries a $3.4 million cap hit for 2026, getting an elite 6'4" quarterback with 4.26 speed for less than the price of a backup linebacker is highway robbery. But the real Howie season moment happened yesterday when they re-signed Darius Goedert. After pushing the deadline back twice, the Eagles locked Goedert into a one-year $7 million extension. And this is a massive win because it completely wipes out that terrifying $20.5 million dead cap hit that was looming over the franchise, keeps their record-setting tight end in Philly for another year. And last but not least was a one-year $7 million deal for edge rusher Arnold Ebiketie, who has a ton of potential, is still very young, and adds some depth to that room. And now, even after all of these moves, Philadelphia has about $40 million in projected cap space to go spend in week 2 of free agency on whoever they want. Go trade for an edge rusher, maybe make a signing at a wide receiver, who knows. Howie has ammo, he has a war chest, and it's all because he's made some very impressive moves through the first week of free agency.
How about our quarterback? How about our quarterback? I'm your quarterback. He's a stud. He is a stud. I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does
I'm
is win.
BirdGang 31 and I'm fly like an eagle. Hit him low, hit him high like the Eagles. Catch me on a podcast and we only talking Eagles. Dallas still sucks and ain't nothing like the Eagles. I'm one O-line, Jalen Hurts top 5. Run it like Saquon, like I'm down Queen. Always open AJ, touchdown, say. Strap him up like DeJohn, sack him up, Zach Bond. On the road to victory, yeah. We gon' watch our Eagles fly. Hit him low, hit him high. Hit him low, hit him low, hit him high. We gon' hit him low, hit him low, hit him high. We gon' hit him low, hit him low, hit him high. We gon' hit him low, we gon' hit him high. We gon' BirdGang 31 is a host, man. Bringing Eagles to your door like the postman. Make some noise if you a real Birds fan. Make some noise if you a real Hurts fan. Yeah.
What is up? What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your host, BirdGang 31 in the building. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. The Eagles made a big move today. We're going to talk about that. Darius Slay, saying that the Eagles were one of the only teams he would play for. And Darius Goedert hooking us up with some cap space. So I got my guy, Birds fan since 81 back with me this week. And our boy One Trigger Trey Rock in the building. So we can break all this down for you guys today. How is everybody doing today?
Good. Fly, baby. Let's get it rolling.
You already know it's always a great day with me, man. Let's get it.
Well, let's get it. Let's start out with some breaking news. The Philadelphia Eagles have signed receiver Marquise Brown. Hollywood Brown is an Eagle, guys. What is your first reaction to Hollywood Brown being on this football team, guys? Because my first reaction, it was a great move. We finally got a field stretcher that can go out there, stretch the field like we needed to. What Quez Watkins should have did when he was on the Eagles, but he kept having the drop C's and messing up plays that were going to him. Now we got that field stretcher that actually can catch the ball in tight situations. But how you guys feel about it?
I like the move. Hollywood Brown doesn't have to be the man now. He's usually in these situations where he has to be like the 1 or the 2, or 1A or number 2. And now all he has to do is come in, get in the slot, and catch the ball. and you add in with Goedert coming back, with Saquon, with the new play caller that we got, the way that he likes the motion and all these different formations and sets, it's gonna be trouble. If we can get this offensive line right, look out, world.
Trigger.
My first reaction on it was it was a great pickup. It's just we have so many weapons on this offense, man. That's not even adding AJ Brown, not knowing if he's gonna be here or not this year. But are we going to use this dude properly? Because we had a field stretcher in John Dotson, and we really didn't feed him the ball too much. So hopefully this coaching staff will scheme it up a little bit better to where we can actually spread the football around, and it's not just going to two guys or two or three guys. We actually can make the field dangerous where everybody is touching the ball and you don't really know who to guard. But we got young minds in, and I feel like they're gonna scheme this up right. It was a great pickup. I don't know how much Marquise Brown got in the tank because he is a veteran now. But it's a wait and see right now for me, honestly.
For me, it's like this. We didn't have. I feel what you're saying with Jahan Dawson. But I feel like Jahan Dawson was more of a route running, like possession receiver. Like, yeah, he has speed, but he was good at like getting open, running routes or whatnot. I don't feel like he had Hollywood Brown speed. You know what I'm saying? Like that speed is elite speed. The 4.2, when you're in that 4.27 range, that's elite speed. That means he's faster than pretty much everybody on the football field. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna stretch that field. It's kind of like I said, we were talking about with Quez Watkins, but Quez had too many drops. Eagles Nation was mad at Quez because he kept dropping in big situations. I feel like this is an upgrade from Jahan Dawson, even though I wanted Jahan Dawson back because I feel in this offense, even though no one knows the offense, but from what I've seen from the teams, from a lot of these coaches come from, Jahan Dawson could have been a nice piece for this. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, though, in terms of spreading out the ball, are we spreading out the ball? And I feel like this stamps that, and we will be spreading out the ball this year. The Dallas Goedert, which we'll be talking about a little bit, is another reason why I feel like we will be spreading out the ball this year, and that will leave, the whole AJ Brown situation up for grabs. Like, I don't think this was a replace AJ. I think this was a replace Jahan type move. You know what I'm saying? A field stretcher. You got the physical receiver in AJ. If AJ stays, you got the field stretcher in AJ. You got the route runner and Devontae, and then you got the speedster and Hollywood Brown. You know what I'm saying? Last year, I think he had 39 catches for like 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's good for a number 3 receiver. If he could just bring that over to here, because what did Jahan Dawson do for us the last 2 years? It's not his fault because we had, a horrible coordinator last year. And then the year before that, we didn't use him enough either. I don't think Jalen had full confidence in him like that early in the season, but he got a little better towards the postseason. But I think it's something that we need, whether we keep AJ or not. I think we need a field stretcher that's going to be reliable out there. He still has the speed. That's really all you really need to have. That's why we held on. Hell, we still got Quez Watkins on the roster. We don't want to talk about it. Quez is still there. He just didn't play last year. He was on the practice squad. He just didn't get no reps. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still have that him on a roster or whatnot, but I think Hollywood Brown type would be a lot more smoother, a lot more better. He's a first-round draft pick from the Ravens, you know what I'm saying? He went over to the Cardinals, then he did a thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he's only had 1,000-yard season, but a receiver that has 1,000 yards in his, play in his back pocket is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of the other free agent receivers we picked up had 1,000 yards, in their back pocket like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think overall, I think he got over 4,000 yards. He got over 33 touchdowns. The guy is a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson used him as a playmaker. Like you say, he's not a number 1. He could possibly, in the right scheme, which we don't know if this is a scheme or not, be a number 2. But he's definitely a number 3 receiver out there for sure. Mm-hmm. That's guaranteed. What do you guys think? Do you think it's more of a replace Dawson, like I said, or do you think this could be part of the bigger picture? With another thing, you know, with the whole Dallas Goedert thing, we talked about it a little bit, but it could be part of a bigger picture, set up this passing game for life after AJ.
I don't think he's going to be featured that much, honestly, in this offense. You gotta think. Um, you gotta think. I mean, if AJ is still here, and that's like we said, that's up for grabs. If AJ not here, Devontae gonna be the one. Marquise Brown, he's gonna be the number 2 wide receiver, but he still has 2 other dudes in front of him as far as target wise. Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. We got an emerging guy in Darius Cooper. We're gonna have to feed him the ball a little bit more this year. So, I mean, I feel like Marquise Brown, he's gonna be a good role piece for us, but I don't think he's gonna be really getting the ball that much for us, man. Because our first priority is probably going to be Devontae if AJ not here. If AJ is here, it's going to be harder for him to even touch the ball in because now he's the 5th option because we throwing the ball to Saquon out the backfield. Goddard got to get his touches. AJ Brown, you know he got to get his. And Devontae, yeah, he one of them. So I don't know, man. I feel like it's a good pickup because he's a wily veteran. And is that 4.2 speed even still there? You know he's been in the league for a while. He had a few injuries. Like, I just want to see what he got left in the tank, honestly. I feel like he'll fit well, but, I mean, the NFL is a little tricky, man. It's like a lot of times the Eagles do get dudes that's kind of past their prime. And we try to get them to fit, but it don't work out all the time. So, I mean, I don't feel like he's going to be a big factor in this offense. I feel like he's going to be a solid player, a solid veteran. He's going to bring some veteran leadership to that run, but I don't feel like he's going to be featured in this offense, honestly.
What about you, Brian?
I think he'll get some touches. You know, the way they'll scheme it up for him. When you're talking about the speed that he has to get some type of touches. So it has to be so, you know, they'll have to scheme him up at times. And they can use him, you know, just to offset. Like, we know coverage going to be rolling to Devontae. And if AJ is there, and then you got to focus on Goddard. So he's going to see a lot of one-on-ones in the slot. And I feel match him up with mostly anybody in the slot and he can get open. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but how many people can run with him still, even though he's a veteran? How many people do you think can honestly run with him? There's only so many players that you can have on a team to where you'll be matched up with this, where you can match up with this offense. That's if AJ stays. So I think they'll work him in slowly but surely.
Yeah, and another thing to look at too is I kind of look at it like one of them things. Like, you know, remember when we had, you know, Deshaun Jackson and Macklin? You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Jackson, the speedster, Macklin, the freaking, you know, possession guy. That could be if AJ leaves, right? That could be your Deshaun Jackson Macklin situation, I feel like. You know, because Deshaun Jackson didn't have very many receptions, but he had hella yards. He was the number 1 deep threat in the league, you know, and he still is probably known as one of the best deep threat receivers of all time. And I think Hollywood Brown got that speed, like you said, he got that speed to where he lines up on a slot and he lines up on the outside. He does both. You know, it's not like he's just a slot guy that got speed. This guy was a number 1 receiver before. He knows how to handle on the outside of the field. Imagine you got trips to the right, you know, with Devontae, AJ, whatnot, Goddard, whatnot, and then you got him single coverage over there. You're going to have to double team that right side. And he, like you said, he will burn and toast the hell out of any third receiver. I mean, third cornerback, you know, safety. Anybody that's going to be guarding him is going to be burnt toast. You know what I'm saying? He's just that fast. So, you know, the Chiefs used him good sometime. I know he was hurt over there, but I remember seeing some big-time touchdowns from him, you know, being over there in Kansas City. And I think Hurst is one of the best deep ball throwers in the game, and that definitely is going to be an extra weapon for him to use. And in terms of the usage, like you said, Trey, I feel like this is going to be a team. That's why AJ really going to have to make a decision. You stand to be part of a team, or you chasing stats. You got to pick one right now. You know, you stand and be with part of the team, or you chasing stats. If you chasing stats, you got to go, because this year might not be your best stat year with this kind of talent on the field. We talked about Saquon, we talked about Goddard. You got to add Tank Disby's going to get some more carries this year. I'm pretty sure he's going to get some more carries this year after the way he ran at the end of that season. You know what I'm saying? We're probably going to draft the receiver in the draft. So it's one of them situations where I'm just like, kudos for Howie. You know what I'm saying? I heard we were really in on that Darnell Mooney free agency pickup. I heard some rumblings about Christian Kirk. Both of those guys are picked up. Mooney went to the Giants. So I think it's the next best option we could have got. You know what I'm saying? And he's faster than those guys too. So it can make our offense really, really scary. Whether we have AJ Brown or not. I'm not even saying if we have AJ Brown, he'll be a bona fide number 2. Because I still feel like if AJ Brown were to leave, you can have him as your veteran number 2, but you probably still go draft a rookie because this class of NFL draft this year had a lot of talented rookies out there. And you can go draft one of those guys to take a little less pressure, make them a number 3 type guy. But if they pick up, they obviously you be grooming them to be your number 2 for the future. But you can have a Hollywood, kind of like what they do with quarterbacks. When you're about to get your rookie quarterback, you go ahead and get you a veteran quarterback on the roster. And then you go draft that rookie quarterback, to help mold him in and ease him into that thing. So I think even AJ or not, then that's a big move. And I think that's the way the Eagles are looking at it too, man. So I'm really happy on the pickup, man. On the pickup.
So my concern with Brown is every team he's been on, he's been injured. So it's like, how much are we gonna really get out of this dude?
They said he's only really injured 24?
He was injured.
1 year. He's only really been injured. That shoulder injury is really the biggest injury I know of. I didn't really hear him. Last year he played 16 games. He played 16 games last year.
He was injured often in Baltimore. He was injured in Arizona and with Kansas City. Every team he's been on, he had at least 1 or 2 injury struck a year. So, I'm happy with the pickup. It's just we got to get into this offense. We got to see how this offense can operate before I could be all gun ho about Marquise Brown, because at the end of the day, in reality, he's going to be probably the number 5th option on his team. So it's hard to get up about a 5th option, honestly.
All right. I'm on here right now. I'm looking at draftsharks.com, and they have the injury. They already got it out here. And you're right, my brother. It said very high risk chance of injury in 2026, 94%. Chance he misses at least 2 quarters, 15% chance he misses 1%, 1 to 17%, and they got him missing 3 games. So we'll take him as long as he's not injured during the playoffs. We can handle a 13 to 16 game. But it is saying that he is injury prone out here. So that's the scouting report on him.
Yeah, and a lot of these, we gotta realize Hollywood Brown was smaller than Devontae Smith when he came into the league. You know what I'm saying? He was a little guy. He's only 5 foot, 9, 6, something like that, somewhere in there. He's a little guy, really fast, and he didn't have that much weight. He's bulked up over the last couple of years because of these injuries. And one thing that doesn't really worry me about the whole injury bug thing, when you come to Philly, my guy, there ain't no injury problem. Saquon Barkley, same thing. Saquon Barkley got hurt with the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Over and over again. Coming to Philly, Saquon's pretty healthy. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of other players offhand I can't think of right this second that also had the injury bug. But when they came to Philadelphia, that injury bug went away. So, and I don't know if it's just a training facility or whatnot, but Philadelphia keeps players fairly healthy most of the time. Since this new regime's been in, at least.
What year is Marquise Brown in? Ain't this like his 8th or 9th year in the league? So he reaching that older veteran type stage. So, injuries are bound to happen. But I'm just saying, like I said, I'm not as gun-ho as a lot of people is. I love the speed and all that. It's just it's hard to get up about like a 5th option, honestly.
It's like Jordan Davis with the size. You can't coach speed. That's why Nick Sirianni held on to Quez Watkins for so long. That's why he's still in our practice field. Nick's been waiting for a speedster, and not just a fast guy, a speedster, a Quez Watkins, someone that's running the 4.2s. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been waiting for that caliber receiver to show up in Philly. And I think we finally got him. You know what I'm saying? Like we tried with Quez, didn't work out, but now we got him. And I think with Marquise, like you said too earlier, Brian, he doesn't have to be the number one here in Philadelphia. He's not going to be the number one. You don't have to worry about number one. Whether AJ leaves or goes. If AJ leaves, Devontae's number one. If AJ stays, AJ's number one. So the pressure of him having to make big plays, he's going to be hungry like a Dotson was. You know, Dotson stayed on our team. I give him so much respect, dude, for being used as little as he was, as talented as he is coaching malpractice. But the dude was respectful, was still hungry to get the ball the whole time he was here. And that's what I think. If he comes in with that type of mentality, oh, this guy's the limit. Because guess what? He's going to be burning. He's going to be opening up stuff for AJ. He's going to be opening up stuff for Smitty. He's going to be opening up stuff for God. Like all those players that you're saying that you got to worry about getting the ball to, he's definitely going to be opening up to. But Jalen Hurts likes throwing that ball deep too. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like he don't. He likes slinging that rock. And, you know, we threw the ball, I think, deep a bunch of times last year. Just people didn't catch him. Besides Devontae Smith, like, you know, AJ dropped some. You know, the rest of those young bucks that we had out there dropped some. It's like, or wasn't around there. But with a guy like him, it goes back to like when Jalen threw that ball to Deshaun Jackson that first game. You know what I'm saying? He was starting quarterback, threw that ball, that deep ball to Deshaun Jackson. Boo! Bombs over Baghdad, baby. I think we're going to see a lot of that this year, man. I'm telling you, a lot of that this year. Because like you said, the coverage is going to, especially if we keep, like, I prefer having a guy like this. I would prefer him to be our third and AJ stay. But y'all know how I feel about the AJ thing. I've talked about it a number of times. It's not about what we like, not about what we want. It's not about if AJ likes Philly and none of that other bullshit. Like, AJ loves Philly. AJ loves that, but AJ wants his numbers too. And at the end of the day, if he comes to play ball, this offense, I feel like he can be able to get his numbers around the same. You know, he can still be a first-team All-Pro. He can still make the Pro Bowl, but he just won't get the Triple Crown. So he just needs to figure out what he wants to do in terms of his offense. I think this offense is going to really spread the ball out and do the things that we want this offense to do. You know, all the plays that we want to see from his offense. These guys are way too good. Devontae deserves more. You know, Goedert's coming back. You know, we're going to talk about him right now. But we got to switch it over to the Goedert thing. But I just really feel like this is a great pickup. Like, hopefully, like you said, he got to stay healthy. So we see this offseason. If he's training, getting ready, getting his body right for the, you know, a chance of a lifetime. And now you done came to another championship caliber team, you know, that's won the championship more recently than the Chiefs. So come up, show out. That's all I have to say about that. Now, before we jump to Dallas Goedert, do you think the Eagles still, even if A. Brown stays, still needs to go grab another receiver in a draft or through free agency?
I think they could grab another receiver. That won't hurt. We do need some depth and we need some young blood in there. So they do definitely need another receiver. And we got a comment out here too from Greg Miller 143. He's stating that he hopes that Jalen won't pack the football and hold the football too long. So, you know, just keep that in mind, you know, as well, because when Brown gets open, that ball got to come out. So I see why he would say that.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about Jalen patting the ball and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The offense was trash. You know, the route concept was trash. I wish I uploaded this clip, you know, because I started this new clip. I followed this new TikTok, and he had all these animations, and it was just like, you know, I seen 49 hitch routes. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 yards turn around hitch routes. The Eagles ran the most hitch routes in the league last year. That is not good. Okay? Hitch routes are cool when you want a first down, but that's the only time they're cool. If you're not trying to get a first down, you don't need to run a hitch route for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be seeing more crosses, more overs, more zigs. You know what I'm saying? A lot more design plays in this offense, and that's going to definitely bring everybody, man. That's going to bring everybody out, and everybody should be able to shine, especially Smitty. I really feel like what they said at the even you heard Nick Sirianni talk about it. This offense is going to be catered more towards a Devontae Smith style receiver. And I really think Smitty is about to become the number one receiver, regardless if AJ stays this year or not. Because it's going to be gone next year for sure. If he stays this year or not, I think we're going to start seeing what Smitty could look like, you know, being featured a lot more. I know it went back and forth. We go 2 years back, it went back and forth. You know, Smitty have a good game, AJ have a good game, Smitty have a good game, AJ have a good game. I think you're going to start seeing more consistently Smitty having good games.
We got
He said, thanks, man. He said, Jaden holds the ball too long and is wearing out his offensive line and receivers too. Okay, Greg. Let's stop with the Jalen slander right now. Okay, you my guy and all. Let's stop with the Jalen slander. You hold the ball when all your receivers are running hitch routes or seams, right? What is he supposed to do with the ball? They're covering. You know, a lot of the games that everybody hated on Jalen for, no one was covered a lot of those games, man. A lot of those games, those receivers were covered up. He didn't have nowhere to go with the ball because the route concepts were so basic and vanilla. I don't really put that on Jalen Hurts like that. You guys know what Jalen did. Super Bowl. You guys think Jalen?
Oh, fourth down with the game on the line, bro. This dude ran fourth down against the 49ers with the season on the line. This dude ran 4 verticals against the cover 4 defense. Bro, if that's not incompetent, I don't know what it is, man. Like, it's like, what? 4 vertical routes? Bro, they sitting on the verticals. You call timeout, boo. Adjust. You see they running cover 4. They didn't even try to hide it. So we can't make no excuses for this offensive coordinator, and we can't make no excuses for Jalen either. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now, if they felt like dude was sitting back there patting the ball too much, all right, I put my hands up. Y'all got that. But y'all seen his play calling too. It was terrible. The whole offensive scheme was terrible from top to bottom, and nobody did nothing to change it. 4 verticals with the season on the line against a cover 4 defense is madness. Madness. So, yeah, no, we're going to squash that argument right there. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback. I mean, he has his flaws just like every other quarterback does. I felt like, honestly, last year he should have used his legs a little bit more. But we don't know the discussions that was had in those meetings and stuff like that. Maybe they told him not to. But as far as this offensive scheme, we all seen it with our own eyes. We all watched the all 22s. We all seen it, bro. It was the most basic offense you can run in the NFL. No creativity at all. So yeah,
it's not all on Jalen to me. It was Boo Boo Patula and Sirianni's risk averse offense.
Facts.
Man, it was crazy.
Well, let's get to the other news here. You know, Dallas Goedert is back. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Goedert did a very awesome thing, man. He took a team-friendly $7 million deal, man. Like, this guy was on the market looking for like 14.5. You know what I'm saying? His talent should have gave him 14.5. He just had the most touchdowns he's had ever. This dude loves Philadelphia so much that he stayed for $7 million, my guy. Salute to you, Dallas. He's like, $7 million is good. 14, like, come on, that's half of what your market value was to stay with the Philadelphia Eagles, man. And not only that, but it also freed up $20 million in dead cap money. Like, that is so awesome from Dallas Goedert to do for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I was so stoked when it happened. You know, everybody, I thought he could have been leaving to when they pushed it back the first time, right? I was like, okay, maybe something will get done. And then they pushed it back the second time, like, maybe it's not getting close enough. Maybe he will leave, you know, and I'm on a Sadiq train, baby. Go get Sadiq from Oregon. And I'm still on that train. I feel like even with Dallas coming for one more year, you can go get Sadiq. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not just a tight end, he's a weapon. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a weapon. You know, he runs fast, he's big, physical, mismatch nightmare. So
I think you wanted to trade up for Sadiq, though, honestly. You wanted to trade up for Sadiq, bro. His stock is very high right now. I don't think he's going to fall with us.
I feel like the trade up isn't, though. I don't feel like the trade up is like you got to trade up to 10 or something. I feel like if Sadiq, it's possible he could fall to the 15.
You're going to have to go up, yeah.
And we're only at the
23.
I think that's a trade that Howie know how to make. You know what I'm saying? I think Howie can get that trade in. Flip flop first, maybe throw in one of the extra third round picks we got to get up to like 15, maybe 14.
I don't think he make it past the Rams, honestly. He don't make it past the Rams.
The Rams don't need no damn tight end. They got 3 good tight ends.
No, they only got 1.
No, they got 3 good tight ends. Allen's good over there. What the other boy name? Higbee's good over there. And then that new one was when Allen was out. They had got that new tight end. I forgot the other guy's name, but he actually played really good over there. They got 3 tight ends over there. Higbee being the lead guy, Allen being another guy over there. Like they got some tight ends over there. I don't feel like the Rams would go all in with a first round pick for a tight end, especially with Nakua's getting receptions a game.
No, I don't think he make it past the Rams or the Ravens, bro. I'm trying to tell you. That's going to be his range right there. That's right in that range where he's going to go at.
Where are they picking at?
I think the Rams is like 19, I'm not mistaken, or something like that, like 17 or something in that range. But I don't think he make it past the Rams.
Well, yeah, that's what you said, 19. That's what I said. You know, you're really looking for him to slip out of the top 13. You know, because once you get out of that top 13, trades are a little bit more easier, especially when you got a first round pick. That's why I said if he slips to 15, whoever's at 15, I ain't got a draft board up or nothing. But whoever's at 15, that person would be the guy that I'll be like, hey guys, let's make something happen. You know, and let's go ahead and go get him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the spot. I feel like that's my spot right now. I'm calling it early. If Sadiq makes it to 15, the Eagles need to trade him for him.
Let's look at the draft order right quick.
I feel like that's too far to even wait and see. Because, like you said, the Rams at 19. There's probably a couple other teams that can use him before then, but
it might be later than that. But he's not gonna follow us. We gonna have to go up and get him.
All right, we got of course, Las Vegas, the Jets, the Cardinals, Tennessee at 4, the Giants at 5, Cleveland at 6, the Commanders at 7, the Saints at 8, the Chiefs at 9, the Bengals at 10, the Dolphins at 11.
Wait, before you go on, you just struck a bell right there. I just heard you say the Chiefs at 9.
Mm-hmm.
He might not fall past the Chiefs, yeah. You know
that could be a perfect Travis Kelce replacement right there.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that. I don't like hearing that. I didn't even think about the Chiefs being that up that high. They were that bad this year? Damn. Top 10?
Yeah. So they got
that was
6 and 11.
I would say keep going after that. Keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
The Bengals at 10, the Dolphins at 11, Cowboys at 12. The
Bengals could be another place he could land.
The Falcons. Well, that's the Rams. Hold on. Yeah, that's gonna be the Rams at 13, the Ravens at 14, the Bucks at 15, the Colts at 16, the Lions at 17, the Vikings at 18, the Panthers at 19, Green Bay, they gave that pick to Dallas at 20. We at 23. We're gonna have to trade. Like you're right.
What you just said, that top end at like 15 and 19 little range you just said right there.
All right,
That's
15.
those guys don't need no damn tight end. I don't think none of those cats need tight ends.
But he
The
got to slip past the
Jets.
Bengals. He got to slip past the Chiefs, the Rams, bro. All three of them. The Rams don't necessarily need them, but they'll take them. They got a 40-year-old Stafford. They're gonna give him all the weapons he can to be successful. So there's a few teams we're gonna have to weather. The Panthers need a tight end. Like, yeah, and they picking in. Panthers ain't never been picking in this range. Remember, they always in the top 10.
But you know what helps us out is the fact that they're so deep at receiver. There's gonna be at least 3 in the first round, and so deep at edge rush, and everybody wants edge rush. So I think that's going to be 2 first-round quarterbacks, 3 receivers, so that's 5 right there. And then, but the edge rushers, there's a lot of them guys out there, man. I think there's a lot of those cats that can be picked up. To help
defense gonna overrule this whole. They're gonna overrule this whole first round, but there's a lot of gems on offense too. So I don't know. I don't think he slipped past a few of them teams. We're gonna have to probably go up and get him. And Goedert only on a 1-year contract, so he might walk next year too. We're gonna need a tight end.
And that's what makes me think that Howie will pull the trigger and go ahead and move up and grab him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really think that he can go ahead and grab him. Because we seen him do it before. He moved up for Jalen Carter. I think he did the move up for Jordan Davis. He's moved up for a couple of cats out there. Cooper DeJean, we moved up for Cooper DeJean. I know it's the second round, but there's a couple of cats that he did move up for, and I think that he had know how to do it. Like I said, once you get out of the top 10, the price isn't that steep to go move up that high. Sorry about the dogs. Hold on, guys.
The Saints just signed Noah Fant. I'm just going down like the list of teams before the Eagles. So I don't think they'll be drafting a tight end since they just signed Fant. Unless they're just trying to go younger. So that knocks them out. Just looking at this draft order.
Yeah, but Noah Fant is a veteran. It's still a possibility the Saints will pick him up too. Noah Fant been in the league for a while now. The Saints rebuilding for real. They trying to get younger. So, I mean, like, it could be one of those situations where they have a bridge like Zach Ertz and they bring in Dallas Goedert in. So, I mean, the dude ran a 4.2 at the tight end position. It's crazy. People are going to be vying for his talent. That's insane. A 4.2 as a tight end?
A couple of these boards have him going to the Bucks. These mock drafts, a couple of them.
The Bucks?
That's a good landing spot for him too, yep.
Wait, don't the Bucks like tight end too?
No, they have tight ends.
Who the Bucks tight end? They got a good one too. Coda, that's his name. What's the boy name? He was a rookie like a year or two ago. That's good over there in the Bucks.
But they can put him in the slot. They can put Sadiq in the slot because they got to replace Mike Evans now. Yeah. So, that could be like where they, double up right there and try to. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up the Bucks. I know we got to get to it.
Hey, salute to all you guys in the chat right now. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Go follow my boy One Trey Rock. We getting Big Eagle.
What's up, my boy?
His stuff up, and going. But make sure you go follow these guys on all social media platforms. Hit that like, subscribe if you have not subscribed to me. We got a new guy in here, Rod. What did I say? The Rican Comics. Is that first time here? What up, Rod? How you doing? Welcome. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Sorry for messing up your name. I'm mad with that. I got a small view up on here. So, but salute to all you guys out here. Hit that like, subscribe, do all that stuff, hype, all that good stuff. We got Eagles Champ in the building. What up, Eagles Champ? How you doing today? AK Eagles says, yo, is that my boy One Trey? Oh, long time, my guy. Miss you, big
my guy.
Catch up. Yeah. Hey, I always rocking with One Trey. Where you been? I try to hit you up in your number, and you ain't even reply back to brother, my guy. You need to holler at me on BirdGang. We get you on the show, my guy. We gotta get you back.
We gotta get AK on it, man.
That'd be old school, baby. That's like that's one thing I was thinking about, man. we all started like the year we all first started. I know it was COVID, so everybody was so animated to work with each other and get with each other and like grow together. And since COVID, it's like everybody's been working and doing their own life things and stuff like that. But man, we had some solid guys, coming out of the gates, what I'm saying, to start our YouTube journey. And definitely AK is one of them. I think he was one of my first co-hosts I've ever had, what I'm saying, in the building. So we had our first show together. But we all worked with him a lot, man. Salute to you, AK. I know you took a break. Come back and holler at us some more. We definitely do it.
Hey, one trade.
X, I got you. Hit me up. No, I couldn't even find you on X for some reason. I don't know what your tag was or whatnot or what that was about. Because I tried to look for you on X, but I had your number. Text you on there. That I hit you up on Instagram. So hit me back whenever you get the message. He said, "Do you think we keep an AJ Brown one trade?"
It's hard to tell right now, honestly. I know the cap hit. How we kind of maneuvering through that right now, but at the end of the day, it's all about what AJ wants. Honestly, it's like, do you actually want to be an Eagle? Because I know a lot of people seeing what transpired this year, but I never heard AJ Brown say out of his mouth he doesn't want to be a Philadelphia Eagle. That's just all speculation and all what went on. But I also don't know the other end of it. It's like maybe he does want to leave. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I know nothing ain't probably shaking until after June 1st, so it's all just speculation. But I would love to have him here, honestly. AJ Brown is still a top 5 receiver in my opinion when he on his game. So I would love to have him here and I mean keep all Jalen Hurts weapons around him. But at the end of the day, as a businessman, if he unhappy, I mean he gonna force his way out of here. So I really can't answer that, honestly.
Yeah, because this is what we got from Adam Schefter. This is what Adam posted here. He was like, trading Adam Schefter, but still believes AJ Brown will be traded. I still would lean towards an AJ Brown trade because I think that's what he prefers. But the Eagles are not going to be in a market to just give him away. And there has been a team out there that's willing to make it happen right now. So that has not been the case. He said if AJ Brown were to be if the Eagles were to trade AJ Brown prior to June 1st, Philadelphia would take a dead cap hit charge north of $40 million. By waiting to after June 1st, the dead money incurs and drops below $20 million in 26. So obviously financially, right, it makes more sense to trade him now. I mean, to trade him after June 1st. But then, I feel like if you're doing that, what you get back for him is going to be 2027 draft capital, right? That doesn't help us out this year. You know me, I'm about this year. I don't care less what happens down the line. Obviously I do, but it's not that big of a deal because we haven't even got to it. We got 6 months before this season starts, or 5 months before this season starts. So it's like after June 1st trade, I know Howie would rather wait then to get it under that $20 million mark, but I also know we just saved $20 million. So maybe that could help him out in the decision to do it, because being even or even below $10 million over the cap, we've seen Howie Roseman work magic $60 million over the cap. You know what I'm saying? Like Carson Wentz trade, $60 million over the cap, and we still produce good football teams. Pumped out some good football teams out there. I'm pretty sure there's contracts that can be re-signed, like the Jalen Carter extension can help us out. You know what I'm saying? The Dallas Goedert extension just helped us out. The Jordan Davis extension just helped us out. The Mike Carter extension just helped us out. There's some players that we can extend. Hell, if you wanted to do the Jalen Hurts extension early, that can help us out. So I feel like the trade before is more valuable to this year. So I would prefer, if you are going to trade him, because it's coming down to this, you don't keep getting these Adam Schefter still trending towards he's getting traded type of stuff. if A.J. Brown, and he literally said A.J. prefers to be traded out. And he's not the first. Your Lord Brown's to talk about his source say A.J. prefers to be out. You know, there have been multiple sources that say, I heard about A.J. being at a Super Bowl party talking about he want to leave. I know it's not A.J. coming out himself, but if A.J. were to come out himself, he would destroy the whole trade. His market would plummet if he comes out publicly and say, I want to get traded for the Philadelphia Eagles. He couldn't do
that.
That was
He already
destroy the whole trade. He to be like, you know?
In all honesty, he already did that though. The way he made, I mean, he conducted himself this year. He kind of probably turned a lot of teams away because now they know AJ Brown, when he's frustrated, he's not going to play at his highest level. They already know when he's frustrated, he's going to try to sabotage the team. It's like he already probably eliminated a good 10 to 15 teams already because at the end of the day, you could be as talented as you want to, but if you're gonna be breaking chemistry with teams, like no, we don't want you here. So it's probably a select few teams that's actually even going after this dude. And I know the Eagles hacking the price up because we got to take that cap hit. At the end of the day, how are we not getting nothing for it? So at the end of the day, I feel like he's going to be a Philadelphia Eagle this year. He's going to kind of be forced to because whoever he was going through it with, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, it had nothing to do with how that front office treated this dude. They paid him. They always showed him nothing but the utmost respect. So we don't owe A.J. Brown nothing, honestly. He could sit his ass on the bench for the whole season, for real. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's a business at the end of the day. It's not your personal feelings aside. It's a business. Like, we did everything. We gave you everything. We gave you a Super Bowl. We paid you a boatload amount of money. Like, bro, no. At the end of the day, Eagles, I feel like they got to play ball at this point. We're going to play ball. And if we got to sit you on the bench the whole season, that's how you wanted to go. We'll do that. We'll Le'Veon Bell you. Go ahead, you can sit out for a year. That's on you. You losing money. But we don't owe A.J. Brown nothing. Like, at all.
I agree with
Nick, the head coach. And that's one thing I did hear. It wasn't even a Jalen Hurts thing. I heard that him and Jalen had beefing early, but by mid-season, they were already squashed that beef. But I did hear something about him beef with Nick and the way Nick runs things, which I would too. You know, remote a veteran Hall of Fame coach is styling just to make your friend happy. And KP, who was absolutely trash. So I kind of feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know, like you don't really care about this offense and where it's going. You're trying to help your friend keep a job type thing. Maybe he did have some beef with Nick. I don't know.
Now, keep in mind, Miami receives Denver's first round pick, number 30 overall. The Broncos' third and fourth round picks, while the Dolphins are sending their own fourth round pick to Denver, along with Waddle. So if Waddle is getting this much, I mean, let me say that one more time, because somebody in the chat said that at EC12XX, Miami receives Denver's first round, number 30 overall pick, the Broncos' third and fourth round picks, while the Dolphins are sending their own fourth round pick to Denver, along with Waddle. You got to think that if Howie sees this, he goes into, I'm ready to do the cheat code time. This Howie is like rubbing his hands together right now. He is cooking up a good meal. There's no way Waddle is better than A.J. Brown. There's no way that his asking price can be more than A.J. Brown. Even with the drama that he brings, you got to take into consideration A.J. Brown is a difference maker. Waddle, you know, he's sort of like a situation player, and I don't think it's gonna help Denver. But even with him going to Denver, that doesn't scare us as Eagles fans. That doesn't scare anybody in the AFC West. What y'all think about that?
And my honest opinion, Miami just giving people away right now. For honestly, they rebuilding. You see how much cap? You see how much of a cap hit they're gonna take just this year. Tyreek Hill contract, Tua contract, Waddle contract, a couple dudes on their defense. They really in full rebuild mode.
They got, not to cut you off, but they got over $100 million in dead cap money. With the Waddle, the freaking Tyreek Hill, and the Tua. $100 million in dead cap money, and we're worried about AJ Brown and $40 million. These guys got $100 million over the cap and dead cap money from the
It's
players.
165. With the Waddle trade, it went up to 165 dead cap.
Damn.
They're not gonna have no team next year. They basically not gonna have no team next year. They're gonna have to survive off the draft, and probably they can't even do 1-year deals at this point. Miami is just a barn fire. Honestly, they're a barn fire. So we can't go off with Waddle guy. It's like they literally was just giving their players away for free, basically. So with the AJ Brown thing, Howie just basically cleared up $40 million in cap space without even touching that trade. So it's like I wouldn't be in a rush to trade AJ Brown either. I still could build my team how I want to build it, and that's a big shout out to Dallas Goedert because he a dog for doing that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He a dog for doing that because he didn't have to. He did not have to. He could have. He been injury prone his whole career. He been in and out of the lineup, stuff like that. He had his best season last year. The dude could have went out and got a max contract at the tight end position, but he took the hometown discount, and that's a big shout out to him and his agent, man. He's a sturdy dude for that. That don't happen all the time. That do not happen all the time. So how we really, I don't know what they was talking about, but he convinced Dallas Goedert that it's better to be here than anywhere else. So I mean that was a plus for us. So he basically cleared up $40 million in cap space. Just even before we.
What I heard though was before. Let me answer the Waddle thing first before I go in that Dallas Goedert. I have something to say about that too. But the whole Waddle thing, like Waddle had two other that couldn't get the ball to him or Tyreek. Okay, he was hurt all the time, playing with 3rd and 3. Waddle is a dynamic receiver, hands down. To be honest, the year we drafted Devontae Smith, you can go back to the videos. I wanted Jalen Waddle that year. I wanted the Eagles to draft Waddle. Even though Devontae won the Heisman, I wanted Waddle on the team because of his speed, his dynamic play, his explosiveness, on the team. His career, obviously, Devontae's had a better career so far. How much better? I don't know how much better you want to say, but he's considered definitely a better receiver than Waddle. But Waddle in the right scheme with a Bo Nix, look what Bo Nix did with those boys last year. You know what I'm saying? Like with Sutton, Franklin. Who the hell's Franklin? You know what I'm saying? We know Sutton. Sutton, to me, would be like a number 2 on our team. Franklin and all these other cats, man. He didn't have no real speed and talent like Waddle on his roster. And I think with Sean Payton, Waddle's about to explode this year. He's about to be put on a map this year. That was one.
Knicks might not be back until like mid-season though.
Huh?
I said the Knicks might not be back until mid-season though. No, he tore his ACL in the playoffs.
Yeah, so that is true. But you know what I'm saying? If they get a quarterback, I don't know who their backup is. They get Waddle the ball because you don't give up a 1st round and a 3rd round pick for a guy you're not gonna get the ball to. You're not gonna force feed the ball to. You see the talent, you're going after the talent, and you're gonna use the talent. Just like if anybody, I'm telling you right now, no matter what, AJ Brown gets traded, he will be one of the best, if not the best receiver next year in football on another team. Because they will force feed him the ball like he wants. They won't have the problem. AJ will be
my fault. He'll be back. He broke his ankle. I thought he tore his ACL. My fault.
Yeah. I didn't think he was gonna be out that long, but he's gonna be a beast next year, dude. I think that was a huge pickup for them offensively. Like a Waddle mal-used, in Miami for the last like 5 years, dude. Like he hasn't been used right. You see spurts of greatness, and then you see like nothing because it's like your quarterback's trash, or your quarterback's in concussion protocol, or you got the 5th string quarterback playing because all these other shitty quarterbacks are getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't put all his stats and stuff. His talent doesn't ride off of what he did in Miami. It's kind of like Saquon Barkley in New York. He's on a shitty team.
Yeah, Knicks will be good. That's just like a 12 weeks. So he'll be good by count.
I was thinking about somebody else. He didn't tear his ACL. He just broke his ankle.
And then with
Yeah,
the
you
whole
good, you know.
Goddard thing, it's like Goddard tried to get a deal last year too. For some odd reason, and I personally think it is the injury history because us as Eagle fans, we know Goddard gets hurt a lot. He goes out looking for the 3-4 year deals, and he don't get them because he's injury prone. I think he missed a game last year, maybe 2 games last year. So he wasn't really injury prone last year, but the touchdown thing, you can count like 4 of those touchdowns being anybody could have made those touchdowns on a team. Those shovel passes for touchdowns we've seen Goddard get, anybody could have made those. So that wasn't like he was out there doing his receiving thing. So I did think everybody put both of those things together, and no one was going to give him, a big 2-3 year, which I don't understand why, because I think Goddard's one of the best tight ends in the game. And I think I seen something on X today. It was like, I forgot the boy's name, but he's a tight end, and he only had 300 yards last year, and he's making $10 million a year. So the loyalty for Philly is deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's deep. When a guy that only had 300 yards last year is still making over $10 million, and you come back to a Super Bowl caliber team for $7 million, that's nothing but loyalty. And I could put him in that whole, BG frame of mind where we keep bringing him back for 1 year, if he want to come back for 1 year on the low, just to be part of the team. Because everybody got to realize, everybody is about chasing bags. But some people realize they never expected to have $1 million in their life. Goddard's made probably like $30, $40 million right now. Like $7 million is added to the pie. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of cats don't live life lavishly. You don't see Dallas Goedert rocking chains and driving whips and shit. You see him chilling out, hanging out, playing video games and eating hot pockets and shit. So it's like, it's not like
you also gotta think though, BJ. The Eagles was hella loyal to Dallas Goedert.
yeah.
That go both ways. Like the dude, his first 6 to 7 years, he didn't play a whole season for us, and we never drafted another tight end. We never drafted his replacement. Nothing. We just waited for him to get healthy. I mean, until he could get back on the field. So that loyalty go both ways. I think that's really why Goddard was like, man, look, y'all been loyal to me this long time. I'm gonna help y'all out too. It go hand in hand, because if that wasn't the case, he wouldn't have never did that for the Eagles. I don't care where you got drafted at, but we definitely held tight with this dude and strung him along and all that. He got 2 Super Bowl appearances out of the deal. It's like he got a Super Bowl under his belt, and we never drafted his replacement at all. So it's like they was loyal to him too. So I understand why he did it.
Jawan Johnson from the Saints had 889 yards last year, and he made $10.25 million. So you think about these tight ends, gotta cut down a whole lot more money.
You must be a Cowboys fan or something, coming in with the hate. If Goddard had Mahomes, Burrow, or Allen, he would be an all-pro. What the hell? Get out of here with that.
In my opinion, Eagles champ. Dallas got 2 first-round picks. They're gonna spend one of them on Downs if he make it there. They got to. It's only right. They had the worst defense in the NFL. They going heavy defense in the first round. I think Downs gonna be one of their picks, and Eagles fans gonna be upset. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the only thing going on, guys. Darius Slay has retired from football. And I was just on Darius Slay live like yesterday. He was live on Instagram, and I was like throwing stuff at him. And he was just like, I'm not going to be a BG. If I say I'm going to retire, I'm going to retire. I'll be done. And I'm going to be done. And I'm done. But he did say before that, I seen him on a video with Rondo, and he was like, the only team that can call me is Philadelphia. So do you think since the Eagles, well, it's a 2-part question. Do you think since the Eagles drafted Woolen, or not drafted, signed Woolen, he was like, okay, well, that's my number 2 spot. I would go back to only that team for. And do you think Woolen's better than Big Play Slay at the number 2 spot for 1 year?
I'll take Woolen all day. Slay, father time. His time was up. If he wanted to come off the bench, that's fine, but he's not a number 2 corner anymore, not at his age. Signing Woolen, you know how I feel about that. That was a great pickup. Like, Slay, Woolen is going to do great things in Philly. We'll probably get to it, but if you look at the receivers in the division, Slay just didn't match up with those guys. Like, you look at the receivers team by team, with the Giants getting better, the Commanders getting better, Slay just doesn't match up with those guys. What y'all think about that? But I just don't see Slay as a shutdown corner anymore, or even close to it.
Go ahead, Trey.
My honest opinion, I feel like Slay should have hung it up after that Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
He came back.
Hey, you can't get mad at him for going out there and getting another bag.
I'm not mad at him at all. I'm just like, he felt like he still had more in the tank. But I mean, it's at this point in his career, is the scheme fit for him? You can't just go anywhere and just play. The Eagles had the right scheme for him and still be playing at a high level. So I mean, Vic Fangio still had the scheme for him. But honest opinion, he should have retired last year. I'm bringing Adoree Jackson back before I bring Darius Slay back. Honestly, the way Adoree played down the stretch of last year of the season, man, he got his feet up under him. He played well. So Slay want to come back, like I said, and be one of those veterans that's come in and help the younger guys out. And I mean, play sparingly. He get in, like a couple people get injured, he probably get in. He could play that role. But in my honest opinion, he should just cut his losses and just retire.
Yeah.
Eagles said Slay will be at BG for us, bearing any injuries. But he said he won't come back regardless. He's not going to do that. He said he's not going to be. That is a person. He said he's not going to be like is BG. He said once he's done, because he got a lot of stuff on the podcast. A lot of business decisions. But if Howie came with the right money, he said he's not going to be calling Howie, but Howie came with the right money. It's like, come back, God forsaken. I'm not even saying aloud. Even if one of our all-pro guys get hurt, God forsaken any of that, then I think, if come save our team type thing, Slay would come back. But other than that, the dude's done. Like you said, Trey, like that whole back he got in Pittsburgh, he was trash. He got beat out by the middle of the season. He wasn't even the starter no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I'm not hating on Slay. He claims he got 2 years left in him if he were to play. But he ended it right, man. 6 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, man. Go right off in the sunshine. Is he okay? Is he a Hall of Famer? Because I think he's the Eagles Hall of Famer in terms of one of the best Eagles cornerbacks. Yes, I gotta give it to him. He won a Super Bowl with him. 3 Pro Bowls with us. I think he's one of the best Eagle DBs. But he even said live that he don't think he's a first ballot. He might be like a second or third ballot Hall of Famer. Do you guys think at all, is he a Hall of Famer at all with 6 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro? What did he say? He had like 20, 30 interceptions. 2 different teams. And a Super Bowl champion. Do you guys think he is an All-Pro? I mean, Hall of Famer.
Sometimes he's just on the wrong team. I mean, like, look at what he did on a trash team. So, what I was about to say. You still couldn't throw that. You couldn't throw on that man's side. It was just, you put him on a whole other team, man. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer. He was playing with pure trash, waste management. Nobody wanted to go play at the Lions. But you knew if you played on, hey, don't throw on his side though. He was a true shutdown corner. So I I can't say that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but when we see some of the other trashes in there, he definitely got to get some consideration.
I was just say Slay. Slay's a Hall of Famer, but maybe a few times before he gets in. Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely not a first ballot in my opinion, but you can't discredit them years he had in Detroit, even though he was playing for a terrible team. That
Yeah.
dude, that's just like Namdi on Oakland. Like you can't discredit the dude. He was a playmaker.
Namdi, we paid all that money to, and he was absolutely garbage ass juice.
But him in Oakland, Namdi in Oakland was different though.
Like, I'm serious. That was ass juice.
Yeah, no, he was terrible.
And he would thought he was gonna be a damn actor. That movie sucked.
Terrible with the Eagles, but them years he put in Oakland, that dude was shut down. They weren't throwing. They were not throwing any shot like at all.
Yeah.
He was shut down, and that was Slay in Detroit. We throw everywhere else, but we ain't throwing over there.
No, definitely not throwing over there. That was island. You knew it too.
It's just Darius Slay didn't play he ain't playing enough big games to be first ballot. He didn't play enough big games because he was stuck in Detroit for all them years. But I mean, his second half of his career with Philly, man, the dude did the same thing. He shut down on the whole side. Those times he got beat, he was a little older. But
he shut down Jettis 7 yards
on the whole side.
Remember that guy?
He a Hall of Famer. He's just not first ballot. It's gonna take him a while to get in, but he definitely gonna get in.
Do you remember he shut down Jettis 7 yards? Slay still had it for game. I feel like Slay at the back end of his career was more like whenever he went against like the elite receivers, he boned out. It was when he played against the trash receivers where he sucked. It's like he underestimated them. Kind of like our team. Remember that? When we were playing like a lot of crappy teams those years, we would suck and we're like, what's going on? Like we're playing down to the talent. When we played the good teams, we would beat them. But we played
like that Cardinals game, that Cardinals game this past year. Man, everybody was mad that game.
So Oakland played in that, man. Philly played in the zone. And it was scheme mismatch for Philly. It was. But at the end of the day, you can't be the best receiver in football. Because, like, whenever you crown the best at your position, it shouldn't matter what team you go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, what team you go to. And you should at least be good. You should at least make a Pro Bowl on any team. Maybe not the best, but you're, like, one of the best still. You know what I'm saying? That's what elite players do. They can go to any scheme, any system, and still be dominant. Nobody was ass. Him, Byron Maxwell was ass when he moved over. Kiko Alonso was ass when he moved over. DeMarco Murray wasn't complete ass. He was ass when he moved over. Like, come on, my guy. Like, there's just some players, these guys are trash. You know, the same goes for Maxwell. Yeah, but like I said, if you elite, you elite. No matter what scheme you in. You know what I'm saying?
Maxwell came from a cover 3 scheme though. Like scheme do matter with some corners. I ain't gonna lie. It do matter. Like you take Namdi from a press corner and put him 7 yards back, he gonna get roasted. It was the same thing with Bradbury. Bradbury in Carolina, he was a press corner. We came over here, he had one solid year with us, and then he was just terrible after that. It's like scheme do matter on defense. It definitely matters.
Well, he said these teams the Legion of Boom made him better than he was. Oh, you talking about Maxwell?
At Bob Brown 54 said this team had Eric Allen. We know what a Hall of Fame quarterback is. Slay was a good cornerback, but a Timu Hall of Famer.
Oh, hell no, man. Timu? We had to go Timu with Slay?
You gotta look at the overall body of work. We not even y'all like see this what Philly fans get so caught up in. What people come here and do in Philly, you gotta look at the overall body of work. Darius Slay since his rookie year, he was a shutdown cornerback in this league, bro. So yeah, no, We're not just talking about Philly. Hall of Fame Timu Hall of Famer is crazy though. I ain't even gonna lie, that was funny as hell. But
That's funny as hell, for sure. That's funny as hell.
we ain't gonna disrespect my boy. Like,
I'm not gonna disrespect. People know Timu. He's Amazon at least. Wait.
Yeah, he Amazon. We had Lito and Sheldon too.
Timu, man. I don't know what Ringo is, man. This dude is terrible, bro.
Exactly. Timu is Ringo. That's for sure.
No, he ain't even Timu, man. I don't know what he is, bro. Ringo just need to be a special teamer the rest of his career. Because you put him on the field, bro. I never seen a dude watch so many dudes just catch the ball. Like, bro, you right there. I don't understand it.
You're right.
While we're over here, let's talk about this pickup in Woolen. From the Super Bowl champions, man. We got Woolen over here. Do you think that he's the missing piece for the secondary? We wanted, like you said, Dory Jackson played good last year. Like, everybody all year was poo-pooing on him. And I was like, come on, stop poo-pooing on my guy. He's my guy from USC, Adoree. But he held his own, all year long. He didn't give up very many big plays. We weren't, by the time the season ended, we were not saying that he was a weak spot. So do you think it is a major upgrade? Because you look at a guy like Woolen, he went to the Pro Bowl his first year as a rookie, a rookie Pro Bowler. He just won a championship. He's hit or miss in terms of being inside of the lineup for the Seattle Seahawks. They had Job and a couple of other guys over there. But the reason why he got benched so much was because of his aggressiveness and all those. He had more taunting flags than most teams in the NFL. But the whole team, he had more by himself. And that's why you heard in his interview, he was like, I need to really work on my aggressiveness and understand that, I got to be more professional about the situation. But if that's the only reason why you're benching the guy, because he's too aggressive and talking shit, as long as he's backing up, I don't care how much shit he talks. Talk as much shit as you want, my guy. He knows now, like he says, you don't do it to the player, you walk back to your sideline and do it. You walk away from the player and do it, so you don't get that flag. So, I think that's a great pickup, man. Putting him with 2 All-Pros, man, he's going to show his All-Pro potential because he's going to be the guy targeted the most. When you see All-Pro Q, you see All-Pro Coop, who are you going to try to throw the ball to? We try to throw on him, and I think you see those 6 interceptions. The boy got hands. He's a ball hog, and he's going to get a lot of picks for the Philadelphia Eagles this year.
Yeah. And Philly is playing like a lot of passing teams this year. Like I mentioned earlier, with the Cardinals throwing to McBride, the Jaguars, they're going to have Parker Washington. Of course, they're going to have Travis Hunter. The Rams, they got Puka and Devontae Adams.
Right.
The Seahawks, we know they're throwing the ball. They got the Texans with Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz. The Colts, they got Pearson. They got Tyler Warren at tight end. And they just paid Daniel Jones. When you look at the Eagles' schedule, the 49ers, they got Mike Evans, Ricky Pearsall. Michael Pittman is with the Steelers now, and Metcalf. The Panthers with Mac Miller. The Eagles play a lot of teams with larger physical receivers this year. So I think all that was taken into consideration. And Woolen is like CJ Gardner-Johnson. I agree totally. They got personality issues, but you do need a little attitude sometimes on the team. Like somebody that light that fire. That's what the defense was missing this year at times too. During the playoffs, they didn't have anybody like that fire. So I think that's a good pickup, because he can cover and he got range. And those jump balls that a lot of teams were getting away with before, you won't be able to do that anymore.
Yeah, I agree. And his athleticism is, like you said, he's a tall. What is he, like 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'4", 205.
Rangy corner. And that's the
Yeah.
kind of quarterback we've really been wanting on our team. We ended up getting a lot of talented, shorter cornerbacks, but that's really every time we were digging in that draft, where do you think the whole Ringo came from? Trying to find that big, tall, physical cornerback that we can have out there. And now we got one that's actually already been in the Pro Bowl, just won a Super Bowl, understand what it takes to win a Super Bowl. And he's locked down some good good receivers out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the sky's the limit for him. I think bringing him to a new, scheme, Vic Fangio's going to know exactly what to do with the guy. His speed is what really helps him out. You know what I'm saying? His speed, he recovers really well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that speed's going to be really dangerous in that back end. And with the defensive line that we got, I really feel like, he can be an all-pro this year. You know what I'm saying? We might have 3 all-pro this year. So I think it is the new no-fly zone. Like, let's listen to what our boy, from the Philly special had to say about the guy. Here we go. Where you at?
You do realize that Howie Roseman literally created a no-fly zone for the Eagles secondary by adding Riq Woolen. Look, at 6'4", 205 pounds with a 4'2", 640 and a 42-inch vertical, it's safe to say you don't see many corners built like Riq. Although for the record, this dude didn't learn to play cornerback until his 4th year of college anyway, with the UTSA standout playing wide receiver for 3 seasons before transitioning to cornerback. Now, he's had his moments and is still kind of growing into the position, but that's the insane part about his potential. I mean, we're talking about a guy who has 12 picks in 4 years and isn't afraid to showcase that wide receiver background and coverage. Plus, one glance at cornerback coverage stats when covering opposing wide receiver ones over the last 5 seasons, and the analytics say Riq is right up there with Sauce Gardner and Patrick Surtain. Like, are you kidding me? The Eagles are adding that kind of talent to a room that already has 2 All-Pros in Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, which is why it's not a stretch to say this unit will be the most dangerous in the NFL. Heck, Quinyon Mitchell posted one of the best passer ratings against last season and was at the very top in completion percentage allowed. Meanwhile, Coop had the 3rd highest coverage grade in the league while also being one of the best tacklers at the nickel spot. Oh, and Riq Woolen, yeah, he's never allowed over 58% in completions against him in an entire season. Of course, Riq isn't afraid to let everyone know that, with the 26-year-old picking up more taunting penalties himself than any other team in the league. And yeah, hopefully he can clean that up, and the same goes for his tackling. Although I will say, after 2 seasons of being awful in that area, Woolen's run defense took a very big step forward last year. So again, I'll say on a 1-year prove-it deal in Vic Fangio's defense, good luck to any opposing quarterback to figuring out how to throw against this Eagles secondary.
So, my opinion, I can't wait to see what Makuba do when he come back, because I feel like this could be one of those top 3, top 4 secondaries in the league, man. Especially adding Riq Woolen. I mean, I think he fits this Eagles culture better than he fit the Seahawks culture, because Philly, that's what we like. That's what we like on defense.
Like, no.
Punching in your mouth and then talking and screaming in your face. We love stuff like that. It's not going to be a problem over here unless he make it a problem to where he is getting all these flags. We got a dude right now at defensive tackle that bring those same problems. We'll say nothing about him. Jalen Carter bring them same problems. And he in the trenches. He fighting all day. So he's like, bro, like he's going to fit this culture great. He's still relatively young. We still got a lot of young guys on this defense. I feel like he's gonna fit in seamlessly. Our biggest spot right now is just the safety position. Like I said, Makuba coming off the ACL tear. Questions with Sidney Brown. If we bring a veteran in, we got enough to bring a veteran in or something like that. I feel like this secondary gonna be stacked, bro. Because you can't really throw outside now. You can't, because Quinyon, everybody know they're not even throwing at Quinyon no more. It's crazy. This is like, this is 3rd year in the league? They're not even throwing at him. Last year, they barely threw at that dude. Coop holding down that slot. Even if we got to slide him back to safety, we could slide Jonathan Jones in there, let him get a little wreck at that nickel position. It's like, bro, the secondary is really stacked for real if you think about it. And we didn't even get to the draft yet. So I feel like this defense is going to be dangerous, man, honestly.
What you got to say, B?
I agree totally. You know, the defense is going to be very dangerous. We got Vic scheming things up, and he's going to put him in positions to where he can get those picks. Like he knows how to roll that coverage to make it seem like, oh, okay, we might have a ball here, but that ball that you could fit in that window last year, you won't be able to get it there this year. So those little balls like that you had for Pickens, like on those slants and whatnot, it's not gonna be easy pickings anymore. It's not gonna be that easy for Lamb to get open anymore. Those days are over with. That's just how I feel. You know, when you have two good corners, it is hard to throw the ball. And especially with D line. I mean, you think about it. You got Jalen Carter and Davis coming at you full steam ahead. We got a lot of young blood on defense as well. So the defense is not gonna be the problem this year.
Facts. All facts. But like you just said, that does bring the next question though. There are two areas on our defense. You know, we say we're going to have a dominated defense. There are two areas I am still concerned. You just brought one part of it up, one trade. We talk about the safety spot. Who's going to be our goddamn safeties? Makuba, you know, coming off his rookie year, shows a lot of promise. Probably will be starting this year. Hope that he stays healthy and balls out, because that was the thing with him last year. He got hurt when he started to play good. So Makuba is going to be there, but who's that second safety? It's like having a guy like Woolen takes less pressure off getting in the second safety. It has to be like what we consider elite or top notch. Go ahead and get another like Reed Blankenship fill-in type safety when you have cornerbacks that are that good. But like, who are we going to get? Because we missed out on some safeties in free agency already. Are we going to go draft a safety? Like, what do you think the plan is? Do you think Sidney Brown finally gets his shot? Do you think, you know, they move Michael Carter to second to safety? Like, what do you guys think the Eagles going to do about the secondary, or the safety position?
I think Trey need to go suit up.
Who?
Go ahead.
Trey gonna go suit up for us. He look like he can still play.
One Trey go out there and bust some hurts.
Yeah. I don't know about catching no picks, but I still go down a low bridge somebody. Yeah, with the safety position, I feel like it's gonna be a group effort. Honestly, I don't feel like it's just gonna be one or two dudes. I feel like it's gonna be a group effort. Like we can slide Michael Carter in there. I mean, you could always bring Epps back. Like, he knows the defense, front and back of the defense. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways we can mask it. I mean, and it ain't gonna be no big thing like we think it is. In my opinion, I'm drafting. I'm bringing in young safeties. Vic Fangio always done well with younger guys, like especially in that secondary. He always done well scheming it up for the younger guys. So I'll bring in 2 or 3 safeties, honestly, in this draft and let them all compete. So that'll be, because we already got the edges locked down. We got the nickel position locked down. Safety wise, the safeties, they just gonna have to really just do their job, honestly. Just do their job. And I feel like bringing them younger guys and stringing them along, it ain't gonna be as big as a task as everybody think it is, because y'all seeing what happened with Quinion and Coop. They balled out their rookie years.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do that. I feel like with Vic Fangio, we really got like that's like having a superpower for real, honestly. The dude been coaching for so long, bro. I
was so scared when he thought he was gonna retire. I was like, no. I'm telling Eagles Nation, if Vic would have retired, we would have been in a lot of trouble this year. A lot of trouble this year. I would have been worried about the season and Vic to come back. I don't care if you talk about Hurt. I think Hurst, maybe next year he can be the DC. But for this year, we needed a Vic to stay. I was sweating bullets when they like Vic Fangio's planning on retiring. I'm like, no. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
Scatterboo coming off an injury, man. I probably could get him like once or twice, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I probably could get him like once or twice. He ain't gonna have that giddy up at the beginning.
He says,
but yeah, he get a little full head of speed, I ain't even gonna lie. I might have to dip out of the way of that one.
Yeah, Scotty was running like Brandon Jacobs, man. That game against us, I thought Brandon Jacobs turned white and he was on the Giants all over again. He was just running our asses over like we weren't shit. I was mad as hell. What the hell? Someone tackle this nigga. Like, he ain't even a nigga, but someone go tackle his ass, goddamn it. Like, come on now. Come on, Scotty.
Bro.
We're going to talk about the division in a second. I got a question for you with that. They said this team needs to move Ringo to safety. He can tackle, run, and cover, but he cannot turn the 7 transitions. His hips are too tight. Play up deep and let him hunt. What do you guys think about that? That's Bob. That might be a possibility.
I've been feel like they should have converted Ringo to safety. He basically was a safety at Georgia. He played 7 to 8 yards off the ball. They played a lot of underneath coverage. All he had to do is come down and make tackles. So I feel like he has the size and the speed and the physicalness. It's just he can't cover one-on-one. So maybe bringing him down to safety, putting him in the box and stuff like that will be a better fit for him because Ringo only like 24 years old. He's still young.
Yeah.
He's still young. Like I feel like he has a role on his team. They just haven't found it for him yet. So maybe safety would be that convert that he actually needs. I mean, only way we'll find out if they test it out, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
If Ringo could not cover, now that's the truth. I ain't gonna lie about that. He cannot cover. He's absolutely Caleb.
He can't cornerback cover, but he could cover an area of the field. He can't cornerback cover though.
Like I was on the Ringo train, like not really on it, but I was like a passenger thinking about, this could be the possibility type thing. But he sucks, dude. Like he gives up way too many plays. Because I always feel like when he plays corner, he plays it like he's playing special teams. He overruns the play and try to come back and make a tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like he's running downfield in a straight line, and when it's time to tackle, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not in a position. I do
know what Ringo.
He can't play corner, maybe safety though.
He had bad hips coming out of college. Like he was tight hip. So that don't bear well for like corners in the NFL, bro. These wide receivers are shifty now. Like quickness, all that. So it's like he kind of told you those issues in college, and it traveled over to the NFL. So I mean, sometimes you do got to read those scout reports and stuff like that, bro. They be true.
I do agree with keeping him on special teams. He can be the special team ace forever. Some players make a living on special teams, I'm pretty sure if you stick around on a team for like 10 years as a special team ace, you're going to get a couple $1 million. And that's life-changing for anybody. So, Ringo's doing his part. I'm not saying he's not doing his part. He's a great guy on special teams. Keep him there. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of incorporating him into this secondary back four, nah. He's done with that, man. That ship is sailed.
He got the size and speed to be a safety, though, honestly. Not even going to lie. Maybe that'd be a better. Yeah, I saw a lot of dudes in the NFL. I saw a lot of dudes start off at corner, and he was better safety than it was corner. So maybe we could test it out. We could test it out in the preseason or something and see how that goes.
You say Rigo can't cover when he needs to turn and run. At safety, he doesn't need to do that. That is a part. I don't know, man. I just don't feel like I want to start him at any of my secondary. I've seen enough of them. We've seen Ringo for how many years now? 4? 3-4 years now. And we wanted him to start.
The only reason that make me not want to get rid of Ringo is you got to look at the Eagles' history when it comes to young corners. Rasul Douglas, Josh Jobe.
Joe just won a Super Bowl balling out over here in Seattle.
Rasul Douglas was
a Pro Bowler over there with Green Bay.
It's like, bro, we gotta like he's not a main factor on this defense. We still can give him a chance to grow. He's only 24 years old. Like, you never know. So
He is still young as hell.
I have a big problem with the Eagles giving up on corners fast. It's like I said, the two dudes we just named, Rasul Douglas, once he left Philly, he was snapping. Sidney Brown, even Sidney Jones, once he went to Seattle, he was playing way better than he was with the Eagles. So it's like sometimes we just gotta do some time to grow, man.
I'm trying to look right now.
Go first. I'll answer that.
It's not any available safeties out here worth talking about. Like, I mean, we have waited. We're not gonna get a safety that's even worth signing. Even if they do pick up one of these guys, like,
what's the best guy?
I mean, man, I don't even. It's not a best guy. I mean, like, all of these guys are basically just. I'm looking for like an update. I thought Kobe. I think it was Kobe from the Seahawks, but he signed with the Bears last week.
I wanted CJ back. I know it was ridiculous to think that he would come back for a third time, but it should have been the move to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, Howie should not let him go. I know you go back and forth. You're like, I can't do this again, but you should have did it again. I feel like CJ and Makuba would have been together. We got these like ball hawking, dominant shutdown cornerbacks, and like we got. You throw two ball hawk safeties back there, athletic. CJ comes up, he started coming up playing the run a little better. Man, we could have had the perfect secondary with CJ, but he's gone now, so we can't even talk about that. But like you said, I don't know nobody else second.
I'm searching it right now, but I mean, Kirk Cousins still out here,
These days, Sidney Brown at safety.
Let's see.
I love Sidney. He's another guy, man. I've been on the Sidney Brown's do it, team for a while. He hasn't done it. He hasn't done it.
When you think about it, though, Sidney Brown
he had opportunity.
He was still playing catch up, man. It's like when he was playing well, he got hurt, and he was playing catch up after that. So. I mean, he was keeping Sidney around for special team purposes is good, man, because he a dog on special teams, just like Ringo. A dog on special teams, you need those kind of guys.
Well, they hard on Ringo in the chat, man. Y'all get off Ringo in the chat, man.
But you think about that though, Trey, like you said, every time he starts playing good, he gets hurt. That's consistent. Like, if you're talking about injury prone, that guy is injury prone. Whenever he plays good, because he's too freestyle. He's too wild, which I love about him. But if he can do it and not get hurt like a Brian Dawkins, everybody want to be Brian Dawkins, but people don't realize Brian Dawkins had missed some football games. He was able to be small, lay the wood, and fucking play games. And he did not miss games. Sidney Brown's missed a lot of football.
He didn't miss that much football, man.
The whole year.
He tore his ACL, and that was really the only injury he had. We said that about Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean was injured the first, 2.5 years of his career.
And Nakobe Dean's not on our team no more.
No, I'm just saying, though. You see what he turned into, though. Once he got healthy, he was really ready. He was really able to lock in. You see what
that's why I knew he was leaving, because he was never consistently healthy. Like last year, you look at last year, Campbell started for us, played good. Kobe got healthy, earned his spot back. You know what I'm saying? I was happy he earned his spot back. He was that good. He played that good. Then he got hurt again. Campbell came back again. Kobe came back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we couldn't rely on him to give him some long-term contract. Now he's all Raiders. Get out of here, Nakobe. I'm not even a Nakobe fan no more. Okay? Once he left the team, the hell with Nakobe. It's not time, baby. Even though
save this for you right quick. Donovan Wilson, Andre Cisco, Geno Stone, Jordan Poyer, and Jabril Peppers. Those are the top 5 safeties
Or
available.
this, resign Mike Epps. What do you guys talk about resigning Mike Epps? Hold on
I'll
one
take
second.
Mike
Mike played good last year. Before I
Epps.
go real fast, Mike played good last year. I wouldn't mind resigning Mike Epps.
Marcus Epps. I'll take Marcus Epps. He know the system. That's all you really need. Just stay over the top. Everything else covered up. Like, come on, man. Blitz every once in a while. Like, yo, he's a veteran and he still got wills. I'm taking him. I'm picking Marcus Epps back up. I mean, we're not going to have to catch him up or nothing like that. He already know the scheme. He can work Vancouver back in because he's still coming off that injury. And we probably going to have to play Sydney. I know a lot of y'all don't like him, but look, bro, this might be his year. This might be his year to step up. We got to give dudes a chance before we could just throw him in the dumpster, man. I trust Vic Fangio more than anybody.
Hey, somebody said Stone is the best of that bunch. So I guess we down to Epps and Stone, in Sydney. I mean, it's really nobody else available. So I guess maybe next week, we'll look at the available safeties in the draft and go in depth on that.
Yeah.
We need to take a hard dive and look at those safeties because it's definitely a need.
There's a lot of good safeties in this draft too, and there's a lot of sleepers in the later rounds too.
They said the safety position in this draft is pretty deep.
There's a lot of safeties.
So I believe Stone signed with the Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mike Epps, might be the best option right there right now. Without a draft pick. But what I'm saying, this is the perfect situation when you got Woolen, Q, and Coop to go ahead and get a star safety, in the first or second round and let them come in and, be like Makuba. Hopefully Makuba develop this offseason, because that's what really matters is you make the jump from year 1 to year 2. If Makuba makes a jump from what he did last year to this year, oh, he's gonna be the man. Like
Y'all keep forgetting that Cooper DeJean could play 3 different positions in that secondary. So you never know. You probably can throw a veteran like Jonathan Jones at the nickel and slide Coop back to safety. And he don't gotta play safety like be the main safety, but you could play him there at times too. There's a lot of chess pieces you can move around, honestly. So, I mean, I feel like we're going to do a good job. And how are we going to do a good job covering up that safety position? But, I mean, I think we're going to have to do it through the draft, honestly, because we're going to need – we can't keep going. We ain't going to be able to go year to year just picking up random safeties and stuff like that. We're going to have to get a dude that's going to be a cornerstone there with Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. So, I feel like this year is going to be that year that Howie go out and try to grab that safety out of the draft, another safety out of the draft.
Yeah, I think so too, man. That'd be good. But Trey, tell me, do you think the Eagles made the right decision in that Dean thing? That's one thing I don't think very many people talked about. Because before Dean hit free agency, I was thinking like this. Jaheed Campbell is more, if you had to compare the two, right? Dean and Bond. Jaheed Campbell was more Bond than Dean. So I know Bond, 2-time ball pro, whatever the hell. He is a man, but he is older. And Dean was younger. Do you think the Eagles made a mistake by not trying to keep Dean and maybe move on from Bond next year, get some value from him next year? And starting Jaheed, next year with Dean moving forward since they're both so young? Or do you think the Eagles made the right decision by letting them walk?
I feel like that guy that's going to be the guy that we're not talking about for real is going to be Trotter, honestly. Trotter going to be that dude that step up when Dean gone. I mean, when Zach Bond gone. He's been sitting in the wings. Anytime he had his opportunity, he made plays when he been on the field. And he just been sitting back watching. He was sitting behind Dean. He's sitting behind Campbell. He's sitting behind Bond. So I feel like Trotter gonna be that dude that we slept. He's gonna be one of them dudes once he get his opportunity. So I think, in my opinion, once Bond gone, it's gonna be Trotter and Campbell.
That'd be nice. I've been waiting for Trotter, but I hyped him up last season, and I looked like a fool. Like I thought he was going to get some PT last year.
I mean, he still is relatively young, and
he's still young. He's still young.
Yeah, he's still young. So I think he's going to be
that was a mistake. Name Brand said, yes, that was a mistake.
I feel like it was a mistake too. I think they should have kept Dean, but I feel like they seen that they had Trotter and Small in the wings waiting, and we ain't draft these dudes for no reason. So,
but like I said, like the draft, like the comp was more of a Bond thing. Like Dean's the best blitzing linebacker in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I get it though too, because like I said, and like people didn't really agree with me. Those first 7 games when you had Campbell out there, he was on pace to be in Defensive Rookie of the Year. You know?
That's a possibility, yeah.
And then Dean came back, put him on the bench. He didn't play for like 4 or 5 games. But when Dean got hurt again, he came back in for that game or two. And then from then on, Vic Fangio kept him in the lineup at some point that he had made up some ground in that run stopping area, because his problem wasn't in the pass coverage. He was balling out in pass coverage. His problem was in the run stopping game, you know, and that's when Dean came in and solidified the run stopping game when he came back. But he got better at that when he came back in the second time. So who knows? If he beefs up a little bit more this offseason, I think we'd be fine.
See, my thing with when Dean came back, I don't feel like we should have completely benched Jahad Campbell. I feel like
I don't like that either.
We should have used him more as what we thought he was going to be. Like he could have been that pass rusher you could line up on the line against the mismatch. He could have been our Michael Parsons. Honestly, he could have been our Michael Parsons. Where I mean, he's bringing him in the middle. He could have slid to that defensive end. He could have moved him all up and down the line. He could have been like that X factor for you. But I mean, Vic knows more about ball than I do, so I trust what he did, and it all kind of turned out well because he did have some time to sit back and watch and figure it out, so he could be better this year. So I mean, I don't know why he didn't do that. I mean, I like what Galen was presenting. I mean, Nolan was in and out of the lineup. Like it made sense to play him down closer to the ball if you was going to bring Dean back as that linebacker. But I mean, it ain't happen that way.
Mark Bella said definitely should have kept Dean. I love Trotter Sr., but Junior seemed to be just working off his daddy's name.
I don't think so though. I think he's making his own way. He's a good special teams player. When we do ask him to step in, he step in and play well. We won't be calling his name all crazy and all that. Like I feel like he's a solid linebacker in the league right now, and he still has time to grow. He's young, so I feel like he's gonna be one of the staples of this defense eventually. We're not keeping him around for no reason.
That's a fact, and I think we all know, and we all knew going into this year, Trotter Jr. wasn't Trotter. I think if you watched him play in college, you knew he wasn't his dad. His dad was old school, thumping linebacker, middle linebacker that was a thumper that just knocked people's heads off. Trotter coming out of college was more of a coverage linebacker. That was great in coverage and very instinctive towards the ball. He knew where the ball was at all the time, and he knew how to track the ball down and get to make the tackle. So they played 2 different games, and I wouldn't pigeonhole him and say that he's just living on his daddy's name, because he played whenever he stepped in last year, he played good. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a good linebacker. He's around the ball. He had some double-digit tackle games.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he did his job. So I think I'm more on board. Before I say that he's carrying the name, riding the name love. I would go with more what Trey says, and like more time you give him, the better he'll be. And like you said, next year maybe we'll do something with Zach Bond, how we get some kind of a compensation for him, and we'll go ahead and start him. Now, he might be one of those guys that have to wait, 4 or 5 years to start, but I think once you start him, he's gonna be on that field, and we're gonna remember to try the name again.
My dream linebacker is the linebacker from and I can't remember his name right now. It's slipping my mind, but he played for Texas Tech. I watched this dude play a couple games and his highlights, and I'm like, yo, he would fit perfect in this defense. He's a smart. Check. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name right now, but bro, this dude is a dog. He a jumper. He sideline to sideline. He played well in coverage. I think he had like 9 or 10 picks this year. I think close to like 30, 40 tackles for loss. Like the dude is like a commander. We never talk about Texas Tech defenses. They don't play defense over there, but this dude, he gonna be a stud in the league for whoever pick him up. And I can't remember his name right now. That's the crazy. There you go. I think that's his name, David Bailey. Yup. Tough. He gonna be a dog, bro. He already got all the NFL qualities. Like he remind me of like a Luke Kuechly type. I'm not putting that title on him, but he remind me of a Luke Kuechly. Like he reads and dissects defenses so well. He gets
Ohio.
Texas Tech. I can't remember his name. You think he's gonna be top 5 pick? I don't think he's going top 5.
He said Jacob Rod.
No, I think no.
Jacob.
I gotta look.
Bailey's a top 5 pick.
I gotta look it up. Hold on. I'm gonna get back to y'all on that one. Cause I was just watching him. His name just slipping my mind right now.
He said Trotter Jr. is a good football player, but he's not an athlete. He needs to do a lot of film work so he can be a step ahead. He can't recover if out of position. Every linebacker needs to do a lot of film work, and he does it. So I think he's one of the smartest guys in that linebacker room. So I think he'll be good. Said Jacob Rodriguez. Is that the Oregon linebacker? Said Ben Roberts. Y'all just throwing out the names. That next show, no matter what we do.
That's his name. It's Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's Rodriguez.
Yeah. That's his
What
name.
team he play for? Texas Tech?
Texas Tech linebacker.
Texas Tech.
Linebacker. Beast, bro. Beast. I tell you, he remind me of like Luke Kuechly.
That's what I think we'll do next show. We're going to break down some prospects in the first 3 rounds, maybe even do a mock draft. Mock draft the first 3 rounds of the draft.
BG, when you get off this live, man, go check this dude out, bro. He is gonna be a stud in the league. He's gonna be a stud.
Yeah.
The crazy part is they don't even talk about him that much. But he's gonna be a stud though.
Mel Kiper has David Bailey going 4th overall. Oh, they talking about it in the chat right now.
4th overall, damn. I think I know what you're talking about now. I think I did see this guy. Cause I remember hearing about him being a stud, like the best like edge linebacker in the game. Hey guys, what are we gonna do about edge, man? Howie Roseman hasn't really, I know what his name, Mbuki, whatever the boy name is from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Jordan Davis recruited the guy, and he came to the team. But what are we really doing about pass rush? Because if it's me, right? If it's me, I'm going to go get this guy. I'm bringing him back. He doesn't want to be in Arizona no more. They don't have no quarterback. They got rid of some talent. He doesn't want to be in Arizona because Josh Gannon's gone. But go get Sweaty back. I never wanted Sweaty to leave. I wanted Sway to stay on the team. I thought he was one of the free agents we had to do because we drafted him, and every year he got better. And last year, Sweaty even got better last year on a shitty team like the Cardinals. So what do y'all think about bringing Sweaty back?
I wouldn't be opposed.
What would you give up for him? You're going to trade. You got to trade him because he's under contract.
That's the tricky part about it. I'm not trading a lot for him.
1 year? Has he played 1 or 2 years with them?
That was only 1 year. Remember, he won the Super Bowl with us. And then
so he played 1 year with them, and he had a big contract. So hopefully he got a lot of that in the first year.
Mm-hmm. No, that trade gonna be steep trying to trade for Josh Sweat right now.
You think a number 2 would get him back?
It ain't about the picks. It's gonna be the money we're gonna have to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I'll get him back for it too, but he's gonna take.
Would you want him back? You think he can fit in here
I think
and
he'll
work
be
with
fine.
these guys
Yeah.
and still keep producing at a high level? Because he hasn't dropped a step since his first year. And I wouldn't want to get him and he come back and drop a step. I want him to come in and keep doing what he do and bring back the, you know what I'm saying? That's the smoothest little sack move ever. You know, bring back the Sweat. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But I want Josh Sweat back, man. He doesn't want to be there. He got his bag. Some of that money's already paid. Maybe Howie Roseman say, okay, I made a mistake and let him go and bring him back and make the trade.
No, I don't see it happening, man. I feel like we would have paid him if they really was gung-ho on bringing Sweat back. They would have paid him. So I don't think that's going to be one of the moves. Like I said, I feel like we're going to do our most damage.
Sweat would cost a day 2 pick. If that's the case, then yes.
We're going to do our most damage this year.
Daisy makes too much now. Yeah.
Sweat got 16.385 cap hit this year.
Woo.
So,
pretty penny.
He signed 4 years for 76 million, 18 and a half, 18.5 signing bonus, 38 million guaranteed. So he come with, like you said, he come with a price.
Mm-hmm.
But look, he got 30 million. Sweat only got 18 million.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even feel like Phillips was worth 30 mil, honestly, in my opinion.
Overpaid for sure.
Yeah, they overpaid him, but that's free agency though.
That is free agency.
Free agency. I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like a couple of our dudes got overpaid. So, like I said, this year we honestly gonna have to do our most damage in the draft this year. We're gonna have to hit in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be our bread and butter. We got 9 draft picks. Could possibly be 10. If everything go how it's supposed to go. So I feel like we're gonna do our most damage in the draft this year. Free agency really like an afterthought now.
Yeah, it's an afterthought, and you know those rookie contracts, they cheap. So that's why the draft gonna be very important, because you get that cheap talent. You can make a living out of that draft if you drafting good. Because clearly we got and we got some people we're gonna have to pay coming up here soon again. So everybody getting these paydays
next year.
Everybody not gonna extend. So
you seen how much? You guys see how much we talked about this before last week? I think a little bit. You see how much JD got? Like, what do you think JC gonna cost? Because I really feel like you can't really overpay him that much more than Jordan Davis, because Jordan Davis had a better year than him.
I mean, you don't pay dudes for what they did. You pay them for what they gonna do. And honestly, Jalen Carter, in my opinion, like he dealt with a few injuries this year and all that. But when he on his A game, he top 2, top 3 to me defensive tackle in the league. So he's going to get paid that type of money. There's no way you can shortchange dude. There's no way. So we're gonna have to hand him that bag, and I don't think it's gonna be this year. I would have rather him get it done this year because the price would have been a little cheaper. But if he come out and he have like one of those type of years again, like his second year, bro, we're gonna have to pay this dude the bag.
But I came out and told you guys that from here on out, Jordan Davis is gonna be the best DT on our team.
Come on, man. He's not gonna be like BG. We was arguing about this.
Stand on that. Y'all started debating me last offseason. I told you that was gonna happen. Y'all said it's not gonna happen. It happened this year, and I still think Jordan Davis got room to grow. You hear him like he's the leader you want. Like I think Jordan Davis is gonna be the guy we drafted him to be, the best DT in the league, my guy. Like I think Jordan Davis going All Pro this year.
Hey, man, we got him.
Did I hear you laughing? Because I could have sworn I heard you laughing last year when I told you he was going to be the best DT last year. And y'all laughed at me and thought I was crazy, but he ended up the best DT last year. So we're going into the future. I'm telling you from here on out, JD's going to be the best DT we got.
Cut it out, BJ. Cut it out.
You got Chris Jones. He getting 32 mil. Trey Henderson, 28. Milton Williams, 26. Zach Allen, 26. Numdy from the Ravens, 25. McNeil from the Lions getting 24. Derek Brown from the Panthers getting 24. Quentin Williams from Dallas getting 24. Jeffrey Simmons getting 23.5, 24 from the Titans. Darren Payne getting 23. Dexter Lawrence, we're going to have to pay him. You're right, bro.
Gave what? Jordan Davis 26?
Jordan Davis, yeah, like he's 26. Yeah, he's getting 26.
Yeah.
We're gonna pay JC way more than we pay Jordan Davis.
No. I think if we pay him more, because I think Howie sees what I see. Jalen Carter has not gotten better from rookie year to now. He's not. That got better. He's been good. His rookie year, he was all right. Last year, he got hurt up a lot. Yeah, whatever. The year before that, like he was good. Like he's been good, but he has not became this crowned DT that we keep crowning.
He's only been in the league 3 years. BJ.
He's the best DT in football. He's not been the best.
He's only been in the league 3 years.
Not
his
one
second
year
was top. His second year performance was top 3 in the NFL. Jordan Davis never been there. He never even been in that range.
Last year, Jordan Davis.
He don't even play enough. He don't even play enough to even be in that range.
He did last year.
Like 45% of the snaps. Jalen Carter playing in the high 80s to 90s, bro. It's way different.
That was the case. That was the argument Eagle fans had 2 years ago. Last year, Jordan Davis played like above 50% of the snaps. He played like 70% of the snaps last year.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Can you look that up?
He didn't play. So he played nowhere near 70%.
Right. Give me the Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter snap count from last year.
Jordan Davis in his career averaging
I'm telling you,
40s.
He played majority of the games last year. He was on the field a lot last year. Jordan Davis, when Jalen Carter went out, Jordan Davis held the team down when JC went out.
He didn't, bro.
He held it down, my guy. He got sacks. He got more sacks than Jalen Carter. He got sacks when Jalen Carter was out of the field. He stopped. He had 42 stops behind the line of scrimmage. Nobody was even close to that last year at defensive tackle position.
All right, look. Hear me out, bro. The numbers don't add up. It don't add up. Jordan Davis is averaging over his career mid to low 40s in snap count. Jalen Carter is up in the 70-ish to 80 range. It's a big difference, bro.
But what you're missing is one thing.
Jordan Davis all 3 downs. We're not doing that. He wasn't that in college. He ate that down.
And you're a football guy, right? You're a football guy, right? What does a defensive tackle need the most? His shoulders. What did Jalen Carter miss the most games for last year? And looked like ass. He even came out and said, yeah, I didn't play good because my shoulders were messed up. This is injury that's been prolonged with this guy. He's getting us penalties for being overly aggressive. Like, I love JC. I'm not saying he's bad. Don't get me wrong. But I'm telling you, Jordan Davis is the future of DTs. He's the next Fletcher Cox.
So Jordan Davis is a better overall player than Jalen Carter.
Yes, because he's the number one run-stopping DT on our team. Number one, period. In the story. That alone means he dominate. He's like one of the best run-stopping DTs in the game, period. His size alone solidifies him at that. He doesn't get hurt. He's gotten better every single season he's been on the roster. And last year, he took that jump where he touchdowns, block kicks. He batted down like 20, like 8 balls.
You gotta start making up numbers, bro.
I was about to. I was so close to. I'm like, I was gonna say he batted down like 20 balls, but no. I ain't gonna say 20. He batted down some balls. He got his touchdown. He got more sacks. And the biggest thing to me was to hold 40. I think he had like 42, 40, 41, 42 tackles for loss last year, and that made him elite.
Jordan Davis did?
Yeah.
Jordan Davis on 60.92% on the field. Jalen Carter, 56.75. 686 snaps to 639. So
woo, that's right there.
He also
keep going, guy.
He also played more games than him. That's what made them numbers look like that.
That's true, and
mine is because you couldn't play.
No, he played more games than him. He remember Jalen.
Go stats. Go stats for me. Let's see how big of a difference it is in stats.
You want to see Jordan Davis first?
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan Davis, 2025, 17 games, 6 pass deflections, 4.5 sacks, 72 tackles, 34 solo, 38 assists, 9 tackles for loss, 6 quarterback hits. Want me to run that back again?
And then go with Carter.
I'm solid.
All right. Carter, we got. All right. Carter, we got 11 games started, 7 passes, deflections, 3 sacks. he got us on them 11 games. So, 3 sacks, 33 on tackles, 21 solo, 12 assists, and 12 quarterback hits, 5 tackles for loss. We can actually compare them next week. We can do the compare and contrast, start comparing these players too in the future.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying, like, y'all act like when I say that he's going to be our best DT, that I'm saying Jalen Carter's going to take a step down.
You just said that.
I'm not saying he's taking a step down. I'm just saying, like,
no, you just said Jordan Davis going to be our best DT.
Remember Fletcher Cox?
BJ, look at the comparison.
Walker,
like I'm 17, bro. 11 games to 17. Now imagine Jordan Davis played 17 games. Jalen Carter played 17 games. He played 11, bro. And that number is damn near identical.
Okay, listen though, my guy. You're saying it. Imagine if this, but I'm saying like Jordan Davis. Remember 2 years ago? Jordan Davis gassed out when he chased down goddamn Josh Allen to the sideline. It was over.
2 years
The whole
ago,
rest of the
Jalen
season
Carter
was
played
a wrap.
98% of the snaps.
Like this guy got
98%
better
of the
and
snaps
better.
2 years ago.
If you go stat for stat, Jordan Davis, since he started with the Eagles, every year has improved. You cannot say the same for Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter been in the league 3 years, bro.
And he's not improved in 3 years.
He ain't improved. He was one of the main reasons we won the Super Bowl.
Because of plays. Like, that's why I want Eagle Nation to understand. Jalen Carter has some impact plays. But in terms of the stats for the year, Jalen Carter has never been sniffed goddamn Aaron Donald's jockstrap in terms of stats. To be honest with you, we keep drowning this guy, and he ain't did shit. He had a couple good plays. Jordan Davis got a couple good plays. You want to go a couple good plays?
I can't take BG serious sometimes, bro. Like
everybody's happy that the Super Bowl run, right? He tackled Matt Stafford at the end of the game. He got that sack to help push us on to the next round, which is true. But I'm saying throughout the duration of a whole season, he has not improved that much. Y'all tripping.
We like.
He's never been the best. I've never seen a game where I thought he was the best DT in football.
Not looking up stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go look up Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter stats for that Super Bowl year. It's not even close.
No, I don't look that up. Jalen Carter. That year he was the main reason. I mean,
Okay, so you're going back 2 years ago, right? If you want to talk about that year, I want you to pull up from week 14 to the Super Bowl stats. If you could do that, and then talk about Jalen Carter versus Jordan Davis. Because from week 14 to the Super Bowl, Jordan Davis was the best DT on the team. He only had that sack on Stafford in the playoffs, my guy. Like, that was the only big play he really had.
Let me throw something in. We talking about Jalen Carter here now. We're talking about a man that he nearly caught a snap before it got to the quarterback. He nearly took.
About a man that's 6'6", 360 pounds that run a 4.5 40. Jalen Carter is slower than Jordan Davis, right? Yes or no? Jalen Carter came out and admitted he's slower than Jordan Davis.
I can't take you serious when you try to have arguments
Jordan
like this,
Davis,
bro.
right? So if you're slower and smaller, how can you think that the guy that's bigger and faster that you couldn't be better than you?
Hey, man. Jalen Carter, a bad boy, man. I mean, like, we can say what we want. I mean, like, this good.
Y'all make it seem like I'm saying when I say that he's gonna be the best DT moving forward for our football team, that I'm saying that JC gonna be ass. I still expect him to be one of the best DTs in football for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying on our team, he's gonna take it back. JD.
Bro, it's not close, BG.
We got the best dual defensive tackles in the game, my guy.
No,
that's true.
don't try to say that now, no. You just trying to
I'm saying that still. Going against that.
Say that now.
I'm saying
Carter is going to be the
Reggie White, Jerome Brown type situation.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Where you got two dominant players. But I'm saying the upside that, listen, when we drafted JC, we were like, hey, this guy's a beast. He's going to get up the quarterback. He's going to get our sacks for our football team, right? When we drafted Jordan Davis, we said, hey, our run defense sucks. This guy's a monster, the biggest guy, one of the biggest guys on the planet Earth. He's going to stop that. He's going to help this run game out, right? And now you're saying that not only that he is that monster stopping this run game, he's getting sacks. He's getting pass breakups. He's getting blocked field goals. He's taking them back to the house. Like,
bro,
that's
17
more.
games, he had 4 sacks.
Last year was more than JC ever did in a year.
He had 4 sacks in 17 games. That's not getting to the quarterback and getting sacks, bro. Cut it out.
4.5 sacks at the nose tackle position.
No, we not treating him as no nose tackle.
We are. We said DT. No tackle. He's the highest paid nose tackle in the
Treat him
game.
as no nose. We talking about DT to DT. He played 17 games. Jalen Carter played 11, and their stats is damn near identical. That's horrible. That's not nothing to brag about. He played 6 more games than he. Bro, at the end of the day, Jalen Carter has top 3 potential. Jordan Davis is not even in
And one stat that he didn't read
in
off.
that ballpark.
One stat he didn't read off is that JC had 22 stops behind the line of scrimmage, and Jordan Davis had 42 stops behind the line of scrimmage, my guy.
He didn't. No, he didn't. He did not have no 43 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. Come on, bro. Like, stop it.
Where's it at? I watch. Let me see if I still did. I delete that off here. I had stats for y'all last show. I think I put
I
it up.
had to go look at Will Anderson beat out Jalen Carter for Rookie of the Year. You know, I had to go back and pull that up. I forgot that was Will Anderson, man. Teams fear JC, not Davis.
And Will Anderson is an edge rusher. Jalen Carter a D tackle.
Yeah.
It's like that's
Guys,
basically 2 different positions.
Like I said, I'm not poo-pooing on your boy JC. I'm just saying, my boy JD, the guy that I've been telling y'all since the start, is going to be the most dominating DT in history. You heard him in his press conference talk about it. He's just starting. He finally got paid. He understands the respect. His mama from loved Philadelphia. He loved Philadelphia. He's about to go down there and dominate this year. His stats are going up every year. It's been going up. And now you're going to see him out there. And when he gets 10 sacks and he got, all these yards, place out. You watch his highlights from last year. You see how many times he stopped people behind the line of scrimmage. If you want to go back to the playoffs when they went on that 4-for-1, and who was it? It wasn't JC. It was JD that stopped him. Okay, in the middle of that line of scrimmage, that run game stops with JC. To me, that's bigger impact than rushing the passer, because if Jalen Carter was that guy, he drafted him the sack quarterback. How many sacks did the boy got since he started? He probably don't even got double-digit sacks since he started. He's not that guy that we crown him to be. Jordan Davis is the guy that we crown him to be.
Bro, who you think offensive coordinator game planning for more?
Stopped the run. When we had him as a rookie, he stopped the run so much that when he got hurt his rookie year, we had to go sign not 1, but 2 all-pro DTs to replace him. We had to go sign Linval Joseph and Adamkin Sue to replace the damage from when him leaving that defensive tackle spot. We ain't never had to replace JT like that. He ain't had those numbers to even have to go replace.
Oh, bro. Come on, BG, stop. Please stop, bro. Who you think offensive coordinators game planning for more? Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis? And let's be honest.
Hype. Who you think offense is scared? I mean, who you think defense is scared more? Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts the one with the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen ain't got shit.
Bro,
they're gonna be more scared of Josh Allen, right?
Going into the week,
scared of Joe Burrow, right?
BJ.
It's the same principle.
These offensive, no, these offensive,
of Jalen Carter. You're not gonna be more scared of what Jordan Davis
do. Aaron Donald, bro. They're game planning for Jalen Carter like they used to do Aaron Donald. They know this dude a problem. They know it. That's why his stats dropping. Because he's getting double and triple teamed every goddamn play. You got to.
Jordan Davis gets triple teamed every play because of his size alone. Forget talent. You got to double team the guy every play just because he's 6'6", 360 pounds. You can't let nobody that run a 4'5", 6'6", 300 pounds be single cover, because every time you did last year, he hurt you.
They're not worried
so you're not saying nothing by saying JC gets double teamed. JC got double teamed and got hurt. Jordan Davis don't get hurt.
Here we go. I got the stats pulled up right here. Jordan Davis 64 games, Jalen Carter 43. 8 sacks versus Jordan Davis has 8 sacks. Jalen Carter has 13.5 sacks.
That's not that many more.
Jordan Davis, 75 on solo tackles. Jalen Carter, 66. Jordan
Oh,
Davis, 1 forced fumble. Jalen Carter, 4 forced fumbles. Both of them got a fumble recovery. Jalen Carter has 2 Pro Bowls and 1 All Pro. Jordan Davis, none.
Donut.
because they all
Donut.
fucking Jordan. JT, how many touchdowns JT got?
Talk about touchdowns, bro.
Talk about that. How many touchdowns
The
JT got?
tackles, bro. You talking about touchdowns, bro?
No, how many touchdowns JT got?
Like, come on, man.
0. Donut on that. Okay? Don't be donut on me. He got to go to the Pro Bowl off his name alone because he's supposed to be the most feared guy. And you know how the NFL works.
Damn near
If he's
20
supposed
less
to be,
games than
he
Jordan
don't crown
Davis,
you
bro.
that if he get not. And
I-
JT
Damn near
ain't
20 less
crowned.
games
That's
than
what
Jordan
I'm
Davis.
saying.
You
He's been
understand that,
crowned
right?
since he's been on our team, and he ain't lived up to none of that hype.
I got one more stat for you right quick. Jalen Carter, and these are snap counts. 2,033 snaps. Jordan Davis, 1,817. So overall, Jalen Carter, 61%, and Jordan Davis, 40.9%. Special team snaps, he stay on the field for that. Jalen Carter, 173, Jordan Davis, 504. So, but
You know what I'm
we
saying?
don't, I don't care about
Those
details.
stats are skewed the first year, the first 2 years when when Jordan Davis was like 400 pounds and he was trying to lose weight. Like y'all just had to be patient with him. Y'all had to be patient, and he showed you every year he got better, better. And now we got a monster. 2 years ago, when it came to week 14, moving forward, he has been our best DT, and he hasn't put it down since then. So until Jalen Carter can come show me, Jalen Carter, listen, because y'all forget what we expect from Jalen Carter. We expect Aaron Donald numbers, since that's what you want to compare him to. We expect double-digit sacks. We expect, if you're not getting double-digit sacks,
You do know Jordan Davis was a first-round draft
then
pick,
your
right?
ass ain't doing your goddamn job.
You do
Why
know
am I
Jordan
going to
Davis
crown you
was
the
a
best
high
DT in
first-round
football
draft
if
pick,
you
right?
can't even be the best DT in football?
He was better than him in
Makes sense.
Georgia. He was better than him in Georgia. He's better than him in the league. Come on, bro. Like, cut it out. What are we talking about here? Jordan Davis was a high first-round draft pick, too. We forgetting that?
I'm not forgetting. I'm letting y'all reminding y'all that he a high
We had to
first-round
go
draft
get
pick.
Jalen Carter
He
because
big brother.
we didn't believe in
JC
Jordan
little
Davis.
brother.
We had to go get Jalen Carter because we did not believe in Jordan Davis. Let's be honest.
Let's throw injuries in there because we're never guaranteed to his small self. Because you forgot, JC looks like a baby when he stands next to JD. So his injury-prone self might not make it as long as JD. And JD's gonna dominate. I'm telling y'all tripping. I don't care if y'all believe me or rock with me or not. But when I come back here next year and I tell you the same thing I told you last year, that JD is going to be the best DT on our football team, and it happens again for the second year, and he has like 8-9 sacks this year. He reminds me of Fletcher
He's never
Cox.
going to do that, bro.
That's who he reminds me. He reminds me of Fletcher Cox through the Aaron Donald years. Aaron Donald had the best sacks, yes, but Fletcher Cox was the best run blocker. And then towards the end of his season, he got the sacks, and that's what Jordan Davis is doing.
BG, you do realize that Jordan Davis never been a pass rusher.
You, Charles Kirk.
He never been a pass rusher. In college, high school, in the league, he's never been a pass. He's never going to.
Because he weighed 500 pounds.
He's never going to touch 9-10 sacks ever in his career.
Watch him. This year, I'm putting it out there right now.
He's going to be
Stamp
a good
this.
nose tackle.
We are 2 hours, 19 minutes into this show. I'm telling you that Jordan Davis will at least get, how many sacks you say he had last year? 4.5? He at least going to get 8 sacks this year.
He's going to stay in that 4.5 range, bro. He's never getting 8 sacks. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. Come on, BG. What are we talking about here?
He said JD is a better version of Ted Washington. JC is a low-end version of Aaron Donald.
A low-end version? Do y'all watch this
Yeah,
dude play?
Aaron Donald had double-digit sacks multiple years in a row. Since Aaron Donald stepped on the field, he was double-digit sacking motherfuckers. That's why I don't like the comparison. And that's why I don't like to crown JC, because he's never sniffed anything close to double-digit sacks with our football team.
He got 13 sacks in 3 years. What you mean?
Okay, 13. Hey, let's do the math. 13 and a half is 6 sacks, my guy. That's 2 sacks more than Jared Jordan Davis. Like, come on. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. That ain't double-digit sacks. That ain't the best DT in football.
DJ, come on, bro. Like, come on. All right, man, come on. We got to move on, bro, because we never going to come to an intermediate about this because Jalen Carter is, like I said, he's the top 3 defensive tackle in the league, in my opinion.
And so is JD.
Not nowhere near that.
We got 2 top 3 DTs in the league.
Nowhere near that.
But hey, shout out to all y'all still rocking with us, man. We got over 50 in the building, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe for everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? Hit that hype. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this content out, man. Like we seen Charles Kirk, whoever that was with the little Kirk there, saying he loved his podcast. Much love to you, my guy. Hey, we kind of bring fire, man. We're not gonna always agree on this channel for sure. You know what I'm saying? I bring people that I like going against people that don't agree with exactly what I agree with. Why would I want people that agree with me 100%? That would be a boring ass show. We find people that have unique, perspectives of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we bring it to you live, man. So make sure you hit that like, show your support, and share the content, man. Much love to all you guys. Let's get to some final words here. Like, what do you guys think is, now that we made this Hollywood Brown trade, now we made the Woolen trade, what is the next biggest need for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Safety and offensive line. We got to get some offensive linemen. Like, you got to get some young blood in there, man. And we need depth on that offensive line. Like, you got to protect. I said that last week. You got to protect Hurts. You got to get Saquon. Saquon didn't have, they was in the backfield last year before he even got the ball. They was in the backfield.
Yeah, he looked like he was in New York for sure.
For sure. My top 3, honestly, is, and I'm going to go in order. I'm going to go offensive line. Because of the situation we in right now with the Landon Dickerson, possible career and the injury type thing. You center Jurgens, he's kind of on the same type path, and Lane Johnson, this might be his last year. So we definitely gotta go offensive line. And he was kind of in and out of the lineup last year too. So you gotta go in the trenches first. Then I'm gonna go safety, and then I'm gonna go pass rusher. We gotta go DN because who knows how long Nolan Smith body gonna hold up. And, I like Jalen Hunt, but he's more of a pass rusher than a run stopper at the DN position. So I feel like we gotta go defensive ends heavy.
Facts. I think first and foremost, we gotta get a new defensive end. Phillips brought a different swag to our defensive line last year. It was a big bodied, true defensive end. That's what he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a big boy. Like, we need another big boy in that defense. Like you said, Nolan Smith's smaller. He got heart. I ain't gonna never question his heart. He did help stop the run for our defense, but as a smaller DN, you need a big body DN. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wouldn't mind bringing Sweaty back. But you need a big body DN out there. The draft's full of great DNs. Maybe we draft one. Maybe we see what happens. Because you guys forget, yes, this is the first round of free agency, but there's an after the draft free agency too. You know what I'm saying? That some guys might come available, or some rookies might make a name for themselves that make some veteran key players get released. So we need to get a big body DN to replace Phillips. We need a Phillips type DN out there, first and foremost. We need a safety, whether it's in the first 2 to 3 rounds of this draft. So we can get a young buck safety, get down to Reed Blankenship's out of there to pair up with Makuba, because I think we got the veteran cornerback group on lock. And when you got veteran cornerbacks, you can go ahead and, risk having, a Young and Makuba and a rookie and whoever comes out there. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I still think, right now, the only good receivers we got on the roster is Smitty, AJ, and Marquise Brown. Johnny Wilson's a great blocking receiver, but he's not really a great receiver. If there's an injury, we're in a problem there. I think we need to use one of our first, elites, because I think we got 2 third-round picks or anywhere in that.
Hey, don't say Johnny Wilson again. Don't mention his name.
Hey, Johnny Wilson was a great run blocking receiver.
Man, stop, man. Hey, I'm sorry, I may interrupt you, but that's don't do that again, man.
Johnny Wilson helped Saquon get 2K.
Hey,
I'm
man,
never gonna not like him.
But that boy don't block on video games. Get out of here, man. Don't do that, man. This guy right here, man. Hey, chat, y'all get him, man. This guy. Hey, I want to throw that in. Call Denver and try to get Justin Simmons. What you think about that in your closing remarks there?
I never really wanted Justin Simmons, so I'm not really that big on Justin Simmons. I've never, like JC, y'all know on the truth, JC was kept pushing Justin Simmons. I'm not that big on. He's too old, man. This team is young, so you don't want to mix too many old cats with these young cats, because the speed difference is really where it's at. The knowledge difference might be advantage old guy, but the speed difference is advantage young guy. And we need to keep as many young, hungry. We had one of the best defenses in football last year, but we were also one of the youngest defenses in football last year. Let's keep it going. Keep that young speed out there. Let's keep, reinventing the wheel. Let Howie Roseman keep cooking the way he cooks. And go ahead and draft another safety. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, like, our problems can be fixed in the draft. All of them. Because the money, if you look at the money, especially if we trade AJ, I think that's really, to be honest with you guys, I'm going to say it out loud. AJ's gone. I still believe that. I think he's gone. I think it's not because we don't want him. I think because he doesn't want to play here anymore. I think he's gone. That $20 million savings was to make sure when we go 40 underneath the cap, that at least, we save some money there. Because Howie can, like I said, if he can work magic with $60 million over the cap, he can work magic being par. Because at $40 million now, we're up $40 million right now. It means we're par. Howie Roseman can deal with that. He can restructure some contracts. He can do some things to make money happen. That's what he does. He's the best GM in football. AJ's gone, so you might need to look at another receiver in this draft too. So the first 3 rounds, I'm looking at receiver, edge rush, and safety.
Yeah, I agree, man.
He said, BG, you're off the rocker. Simmons can quarterback the secondary unit. Until we find the right guy. I'm not saying he couldn't. Like, I'm not hating on Justin Simmons either, but I'm just like, I don't know why. I just never really felt him. Like, even last year, like, the big Simmons talk was going on. I wasn't down with it. Like, for some reason, I'm just not a Justin Simmons guy. Like, he don't bring that fire that I want on his. Like you said, I would have rather have a Charlie Garner-Johnson bring more fire to this defense. I think they like that. I think I like playing with that type of aggression. So I want you to go out there.
And then,
huh?
Who did Simmons play with last year?
Falcons, right?
Huh? Simmons played with the Broncos, right?
Who?
Didn't Simmons play with the Broncos last year? Justin Simmons. That defense was a dog, bro. That defense at the Broncos. I mean, they nearly went to the Super Bowl. So that defense was right with the Broncos. They were in position. They were making plays. So, I mean, hey, that's what you need.
The best secondary in the league before Simmons got there, my guy. You forgot who was the defensive MVP last year?
Oh, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? The guy sit down corner, my guy. That defense was no one's ever poo-pooed on the defense of the Denver Broncos. What they poo-poo on is that offensive side.
But that was last year.
And last year, the offense showed up. That was the first year the offense actually showed up. was last year with Bo Nix. So
I feel like
the defense, they've been good at defense for a while now. It's just the offensive side need to catch up with, and that's why they went out and got Sean Payton in the first place. It's gonna take them a couple of years, but I think now who they just pick up too? Waddle. Yeah, that offense is about to look. The more weapons you give Sean Payton, the better that offense is gonna look. He got his quarterback. He got his little mini Drew Brees and Bo Nix. You know what I'm saying? And that defense is on fire. So I'm expecting
surprised that they don't try to go get Love. I think they might go try to get Jeremiah Love in the draft and add to that offense too. He's gonna be there. Jeremiah Love. He's gonna be there in their range.
Yeah. Who do you guys think? Okay, before we get out of here, who do you think has made the biggest impact in free agency so far, like to their team?
It's probably like two teams. I'm gonna say Carolina, and I'm gonna say it's either gonna be Baltimore or it's gonna be the Raiders. That made the biggest impacts on their team in free agency. I like what they doing over here, especially the Raiders. I feel like they setting up to go get Mendoza, and they putting enough around him for him to be successful this year. So I like what the Raiders done. I like what Baltimore has done in free agency, and I like what Carolina has done.
Yeah, I like that. What about you?
I like the Chiefs, man. Like, they going back. They got them a running back. They went and got some help. And they just getting back to the basics. They re-signed Kelsey. So I'll say the Chiefs, and I definitely, I like what the Panthers did as well, but I definitely like the Ravens. They are being aggressive. They're trying to set Lamar up for success. Basically, it's either a win or go home for Lamar this year. Like, it's all in. I like the pickups, and I really do think the Ravens got a good chance at going to the Super Bowl with everything that they've done. Now somebody that's sneaky. That Falcons, we talked about that last week. Depending on what Tua does, that Falcons signing Tua to that 1-year deal, that could be that's a good risk reward. But I would have to say definitely the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Nice, man. If I had to go with it, man, I'm gonna say the Raiders off jump. They already know who they give Mendoza. You know what I'm saying? That dude's a beast, straight beast. And I will say they might even end up picking up one of his star receivers, Cooper or Strant or one of those other cats before the draft's over too. So the Raiders have picked up a lot of talent, this offseason. And another team that I like, y'all not gonna like this, but I like what the Giants did this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Edmonds, likely. You know what I'm saying? You filled up some really good deeds because people don't realize the Giants wasn't shitty last year because of the roster they had. They were shitty because the roster was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like they every star player was hurt on their team last year. From Dart to Scatterboo to Neighbors didn't play all last year. When all these guys are back, I'm telling you, NFC East, I got it right now. The Giants coming in 2 in NFC East next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you that right now. They're going to be better than the Cowgirls. They're going to be better than the Commanders. It's just not going to be better than us. Like, we are the class of the division. We will stay the class of the division to further notice. But I'm letting you know them Giants, man. Like, you got, your boy Neighbors. You just added who they just added as a receiver again? I forgot.
Likely. They picked up
tight end likely. I thought they added a receiver too. They got Edmonds on the deep side that already has Burns and Law, the best defensive tackle in football. Dexter Lawrence. These guys are going to be a tough sled next year for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm telling you, it's not going to be no easy game. They beat us once last year. We're going to come with our A game when we play them this year because I think Likely was waiting to be a star. And to be honest with you, if we could let go of Dallas Goedert, I was really hoping we got Likely to replace him. Yeah, like that was going to be the right. That was my.
They also picked up Darnell Mooney. That was a sneaky pickup. He gonna
Yes,
be
it
a good
was.
possession
That's
receiver
who it
for
was.
Who was?
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mooney. That's who it was. Mooney. Now you throw a Mooney in. Neighbors, his rookie year balled out. He was hurt last year, and I think he's gonna be a beast. You
And
know,
then they got that big boy on Bo Collins, going across the middle too. He can go catch it
yeah.
with Slayton. So they
And
are going.
and I
Yeah,
know it's Scatterboo, man. Like I said, Scatterboo's a beast. I don't care what anybody say. I'm signing that. After what he did to my team, man, I would never say that dude sucks ever.
you gotta see how he is coming off injury though. Honestly,
We gotta see what he does coming off injury, but that dude's a monster. And I'm pretty sure I think he was, because when did he get the injury? I think he was already kind of like healing up already. So this whole offseason, we got like 5 more months. I think he'll be perfectly fine by the time he gets to the regular season, man. He's gonna be doing what he does. I think he's gonna be bigger, faster, stronger than last year. You know how these college boys come out as rookies, you always make that jump in your second year. If Scatterboo and Dart both make a jump, like for the better for the Giants, man, we're gonna have to watch out for the boys. Like I said, it's gonna be Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Washington. Gonna be still at the bottom of that list this year. Greg Miller says Niners added Mike Evans, which is good. If they keep, I feel like Mike Evans is good if they keep what that dude name, the receiver.
Jennings.
Pearson.
No, the
You
other
talking,
one.
you talking about Jennings?
Ayuk.
Oh, are you?
If they keep Ayuk, I feel like Mike Evans is a
Ayuk is good
huge
as gone,
pickup.
bro. Ayuk not going back to the 49ers.
And then Joey Bosa with the Bosa brothers together, like that's crazy. I will say that. That's crazy. Even though Joey hasn't been as good as Nick, but you put brothers on the same team for some reason, I feel like that sparks a little extra. Because now they're competing against each other, who's gonna get the most sacks, and they're both been Pro Bowlers. And I think one for sure has been an All Pro. I don't know if I think Joey Bosa might have been an All Pro too. So you get both of those guys on the same team competing against each other. That's gonna be dangerous on that defensive line over there. So I like that, Greg. I like that whole Nick Bosa and Evans pick up with the Niners too. So that's another good team that you gotta watch out for. But guess what? I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worry. You know what I'm saying? Like we're the best team in football, regardless of what you say. I don't care if AJ stays or leaves. We're gonna dominate next year. We got an actual competent offensive coordinator, hopefully, and the sky's the limit for the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. We're gonna go. I think that. Okay, tell me this. Over under Eagles. I think the over under came out today. It was over under Eagles 11 games. Over under Dallas 8 games. Over under the Giants in Washington 7 games.
Mm.
I think we
I
get
don't
the
know
over.
about. I don't know
Eagles
about
are
the
over.
over.
That was a bad season for the Eagles. We got 11 wins, so Eagles over, yes. Dallas Cowboys over 8 games, maybe 9 if you're gonna say over. So it's possible, yes. Giants, yes, they're gonna definitely have more than 7 wins. And Commanders, I don't know. I'm still to be
Let's talk
determined.
about the schedule next week because you make it sound like getting 11 games gonna be easy. And
Yeah.
we've got the Cardinals, the Jaguars, the Rams, Seahawks, Texans, Colts, 49ers, Titans, Bears, Steelers, and Panthers. Bro, that's a gauntlet, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. He acting like this schedule about to be a cakewalk.
We're gonna talk about this next week,
Hey,
man.
we could do over and under next week, BJ. Honestly, we do over and under next week. This been a long show, man. We had a great time, man. Let's wrap it up. Now we gotta wait till he come back. Look, we crazy, man. But yeah, over and under kind of hard because you can know the schedule, but you gotta actually like see some of these teams because I feel like a couple of these bad teams are gonna be good this year. Excluding probably like Cleveland. I think the Raiders gonna be way better than they was last year. The Giants, they're gonna be better than they was last year, maybe even Washington. So it's like I can't really like call it right now. I've never been one of those that'll call it before the season start. Even though we're just making a prediction, but there's gonna be a lot of teams that's gonna surprise us this year. So
Yeah, man. We'll visit it next week. You know, we'll definitely look at that next week because
What do you guys
that's where
say? What did I miss? Did both of you guys answer that already?
no, we just going we gonna pick that one back up next week. I mean let's
Okay.
finish working through this free
All right.
agency thing and all that.
That sounds good, but I'm telling you guys, Eagles easily over 11 games. If you look at the Eagles history the last 4 years, right? It went, if we go the last 5 years, it went 11-6, 14-3, 11-6, 14-3, and now it's about to go back. Well, it went 11-6. Now it's about to go back to 14-3. The Eagles are about to dominate this year. We're the best team in football until proven otherwise. I don't care about no freaking Seahawks. I don't care about no Patriots. I don't care about none of them cats. We had a shitty coordinator last year, and that's the only reason why we didn't win the Super Bowl. So we gonna be back. We gonna fly. Eagles fly. So he said, "What did he hit when he stepped off the camera?" I went to the bathroom. Okay. But hey, salute to all you guys. Like I said, make sure you guys go subscribe to One Trade Rock. We need to get this guy a lot higher than where he's at. Okay, he's one of the best content creators out there. I've been working with this guy for like 3 years now. Y'all already know what he brings to the table. I need to go hit that subscribe button for my guy right now. If y'all ain't doing nothing, stop right now. Even if you're on my channel, stop right now. Go to his channel, One Trade Rock. Why he's live right now? His channel's on here. Go subscribe to my guy because he definitely brings that fire. You know, we're gonna get Big Eagle, Eagles fans since '81 up and running. And you'll go subscribe to him. But right now, y'all can go subscribe to him on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely gonna be pumping up these content creators this year. I got a couple of guys, got some girls too coming. Like we about to bring that fire this year for Eagles content. You know, join the BirdGang Nation and fly with us. That's what I'll say to you guys. My last words. Come fly with us. We about to light it up this year. We have the best talent, the best shows, the best everything. Fly, Eagles, fly. Last words for you guys.
My last words, man, the season right around the corner. Y'all know how this go. The rumors, all-season stuff. I mean, this every year with it. But by the time August comes, man, we back to football, man. So just enjoy your all season. That's all I really got to say. It's your boy One Tree Rock. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Fly Eagles fly. You know, hey, Howie is cooking. We'll see what we talking about this time next week because he's up to something. So, hey, looking forward to next week.
Sounds good. And before I let you guys go, I seen this on TikTok. I thought it was funny. So if y'all single out there, make sure y'all get an Eagles girl.
Before your relationship with my son goes any further, I gotta ask you something.
That sounds threatening.
Donovan McNabb is the greatest quarterback in Eagles history. Yes or no?
Jalen Hurts is already the greatest Eagles quarterback ever.
Excuse me?
Jalen Hurts has already taken the Eagles to 2 Super Bowls.
McNabb carried the franchise for over a decade.
Jalen Hurts literally just won Super Bowl MVP. When McNabb was in the Super Bowl, he threw the interception that sealed it for the Patriots, and he vomited during the game.
You're both wrong. Randall Cunningham, 6 Pro Bowls, could throw the ball 70 yards and run like a gazelle. And he did it behind an offensive line that looked like it was hired from a construction site.
Okay, but Cunningham was 3-6 in playoff games and had 9 total interceptions in his playoff career. He also never made the Super Bowl. What are we even talking about here?
Wow, you know your shit.
How about our quarterback? How about our quarterback?